Hello everyone and welcome back to Dragonriders, a Song of the Damned. My name is Peter or PB, I am your Dungeon Master and I'm joined as always by my wonderful friends who are all in the wrong place again because the fucking cameras. Hey, I fixed the cameras real quick. I'm joined by more wonderful players. We've got Agis, who is played by Calum. We've got Sorrows, who's played by Tommy. We've got The Ruined, who's played by Alex. And we've got Meg, who's played by Samu. Previously, a lot of things happened. First and foremost, in the Kingdom of Stone Bay, outside the city of Fornath, or the town of Fornath, sorry, our adventuring party over there, consisting of the Ruined, Moog, and Agis, faced off against a fearsome purple worm known as Olgoi Korkoi, and they defeated this purple worm with the help of some orcish fighters, and managed to successfully basically recruit the Orc Kingdom into assisting them in their war against Arzamor. Not only did they manage to convince the Kingdom of Stone Bay to fight alongside them in return for the value of 50% of whatever Arzamor's treasury holds over the next several years, but they also secured that once you've found the survivors from Fornath, Core Point will then send out a ship with a full kind of, I don't know what to call it, squadron, basically a full ship of soldiers to go and help with the battle that is brewing in Oriss. Speaking of Oriss, over on the Kingdom of Oriss, Agis got a message from Celeste telling him that Kytheria had been captured and that Dai was going to try and rescue her. Agis then, after having a wonderful conversation with his good friend, Orbaid, not that you know his name yet, decided that he was going to use the staff to teleport to Oriss to try and help save Kytheria, and thus caused the crack in the staff to grow bigger. Additionally, he left a little note for the Ruined, which I don't know if you actually messaged Alex the note in full or not, but either way, I'll get you to read it, Alex, because you're presumably going to read it to Moog at some point, and it will thus allow anyone else to know what was said. So, and we don't know how that went, because after the session ended, we role-played out what happened with Agis trying to rescue Kytheria, because we thought it would be more funny for drama purposes if we let Tommy, who's currently, as Sorrows, heading back to Oriss, find out when Sorrows got to Oriss, whether Kytheria is waiting for him there, or whether Kytheria's ashes are waiting for him there.
And Agis's.
And maybe Agis's. I feel like Agis is probably alive. And then, Sorrows did some journey shenanigans. That was basically what happened with Sorrows. Gion has flirted with the idea that she wants children and has scared Sorrows. That's basically what happened with Sorrows last session.
Unexpected turn of events.
So, we're going to pick up with the Kingdom of Stone Bay.
So, I know you were done with doing stuff before a session. There's one little problem I realized. When we leveled up last session, I don't have the new 4th level spells in my double.
Well,
that I should have.
That's really easy to fix, my dude. That's fine.
Do I fix that or do you?
No, I can fix that. It'll take me about 5 seconds.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, yeah, well, I was hoping that wasn't difficult.
There you go.
Perfect. Okay, new stuff for me to read.
Yeah, it basically there's a weird limitation with Foundry, which is that if I wanted to make it automatically give you all the spells when you reach a certain level, I would have to drag each one individually onto a client to tell it these are the things that you get when you reach this level, or I just could set them all up in a folder and then drag the entire folder onto your character sheet manually, which is what I've done. So it's just a lot easier. But yeah, if anyone else reaches a level where they don't have spells that they should have, you just let me know. So let's just double check. Agis, do you have the spells that you should have? Your multi-classings are probably, yeah, you're still on only second level spells, little baby spellcaster over here. Ooh. But he can blood hunt now. Ooh. Cool. So the next morning then, the sun rises. You can hear the cause of vultures. I don't know if vultures caw, but we're going to go over the cause of vultures. Vultures caw in the world of songs. All right. And the ruined, you wake up. What do you do?
What is there? I'll just have a look around, I guess. Is there anything going on around us?
You, I believe, have your own private tent. So at the moment in your tent, there is nothing going on.
Oh, okay. Then I'll start packing up my things and head out the tent.
As you exit out of your tent, your foot catches on a small stone left just outside the foot of your tent with a note pinned underneath it. This stone is also a stone that you recognize. It is Agis' sending stone. So I'll go ahead and add that to your inventory now. Also, really glad that Agis remembered to give someone his sending stone. It would have been real not super great if he hadn't. So yeah, the sending stone is in your inventory at the moment, Durand.
Cool.
You find the note, which out of character you've already read. What do you do with that information?
Is anyone else up at this point?
I would imagine Moog would probably be getting up at a similar sort of time, so Moog can be awake if he wants to be. He's currently reading through his new spell book, but...
I am awake.
Was that awake or away?
Awake.
Okay.
Would he be like in the sort of camp, or would he be in his tent?
Wait, how early did you say it was?
Like nearly 9 a.m.
Is this where people would just wake up, or would people already be like?
There would be some people already up, yeah.
Yeah, I guess he would. Yeah, he would get ready in his tent. So.
All right. Well, the ruined will wait for everyone to be up and ready then, before he says about the note.
Yeah, it would take me like 5-10 minutes or some shit, maybe.
Okay. At that sort of time, any NPCs you want to be awake and present for the conversation can also be there. So, Thienzen, Goldtooth, and Root Beer, if you want them to be present, they can be.
Yeah. Yeah, may as well just have everyone.
Okay. You gather the group around.
Hang on, I need to find the note again.
Damn, how much you and Calum messaging.
We sexed a lot.
It's true.
Damn.
I assume if it's anything like my message history with Calum of late, it's just him mansplaining League of Legends lore to you.
No, I think we were doing some dwarf RP last time round.
Kinky.
Have you, by the way, while Alex is finding out, have you seen the really sweet video of the voice actor for Victor being explained League of Legends lore, and his caption for his version of the video is just like, I was jet lagged and have just had a new baby, so I was incredibly tired, but I was so like interested to learn. I'm like, that's so sweet.
The lawman himself, Necro, just in his jammers, just giving out the lore.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'll read it out then. To the ruined and party. I'm sorry that I must do this, but I have parted ways and have headed to Oriss early. Don't expect you to understand, but no, I have done everything I can to help us with Stone Bay. But I am needed in Oriss. I will be watching my life bead closely. Please take care whilst I am gone. And take care of Aniwen for me.
Do you know who anyone is, by the way? Just double checking.
Yeah, it's his horse.
Okay. Just hoping the rune would go, whoever the fuck she is.
No. The horses and the ruin have a very close bond.
Okay.
Don't forget, you got that nat 20 on animal handling. So
this is true. Alright.
Well, looks like we're heading to Oriss.
Agreed.
We leaving now, says Fienzan.
May as well.
He nods. Then we should probably inform the king that we'll be heading out. We planning to do this by land or sea?
Do we have enough? We do have enough horses on us for all people, right?
You should have.
I mean, theoretically, I could also just turn into one, and then we have one more.
Well, yeah. So you have Agis's horse, you have Shaq, and you have Kytheria's horse. And would you have? No, you wouldn't have Kytheria's horse. So you've got those two. And then Fienzan has his own ride as well, because he has the griffin. So you've got 2 horses and a griffin. And then you can also turn into an animal. So between the lot of you, you've got 4 mounts at the moment, basically.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's enough, isn't it?
Bearing in mind, one of you will turn into a mount as well, so it is technically enough, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit, what was I gonna say? Can't remember.
So you guys are going to bail out on the king?
Hey, you're not here to shut your whore mouth, man. You left them to deal with your... You just left them to deal with your shit. If they upset the king and he doesn't come to your rescue, that's on you.
Also, we've already killed
did,
their fucking legendary beast.
You didn't have a 25-word limit, Calum. You could have written as much as you fucking wanted on that letter. You could have given them clear instructions of what you wanted them to do in a very particular order, and you just went, I'm leaving. Can't explain why. Bye. Look after my horse.
So where are we actually at then here? Like, what stage are we at? Is there anything we need to do now for the king? Or
I can't remember, was the conversation with the king about Stone Bay lending their support to Oriss, was that a public conversation or was that a private conversation? It was an orcish, but was it a public or private conversation?
I'm not sure if it was in the middle of nowhere.
It was private, but I let everyone know that basically that was the deal.
Okay, so Ruined and Mo, you'd both be aware that regardless of what you're going to do at the moment, the King of Stone Bay is going to send a ship to lend aid to Oriss, but they're not going to do it.
The King of Stone Bay basically said he wants to find out what's happened to these villagers.
Yeah.
Once he's found out what's happened, he's going back, amassing the army, then heading out.
Yeah.
What villages?
The villagers of Fornath who had abandoned their home presumably because a purple worm showed up.
Oh, the villagers, right? Oh, okay. Oh, so, oh, right. So we're kind of lumbered with that.
It's up to you. You technically haven't promised that you're going to continue giving aid.
I mean, do we know if the deal is contingent on us continuing to give aid?
As far as you are aware, it is not.
Any input, Samu?
Well, no. I'm not.
Cheers. Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, role playing.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Does Moog know, though? Samo doesn't know, but does Moog know?
Well, to be honest, I don't have an answer. So I don't know how he would have an answer.
Alright, sounds like I need to kill off Moog so that Samo can play a smart guy this time.
Wait, wait, he's actually a lot, I mean, maybe not a lot smarter than Norixus, but he is smarter than him.
Alright, but why is he contributing so much less than Norixus?
Listen, the only
Norixus
thing...
fucking took charge of multiple conversations as soon as he showed up on in the party. He was like, don't worry guys, I've got zero context to what's going on, but I got this.
Listen, Norix's charisma, very high. This
Cool.
guy sucks.
You don't need to charisma the ruined. He's your buddy and your party member. You just need to contribute.
Well, but right now, he needs tactics. I'm just an old fart, man.
Fucking lock it in, Samo.
Yeah, to be fair, the Ruined also does not have good charisma.
Yeah, right?
So that's not a good excuse.
It's a good thing that Calum, also with very bad charisma, decided to exit the group.
Yeah, Calum with very bad charisma, who has been basically just like schmoozing the fucking king of the orcs.
I mean, to be fair, the Ruin probably would have said some stuff, but it was all in Orcish, and he was happy just to sort of like. He was like, I guess it's being handled. And now he's just like, well, fuck. Like,
if you want,
can I even communicate with the king?
If you want some advice, you can also always talk to your companions. Bear that in mind. It is also technically a new day, so you could use the Sending Stone.
Is new day.
Yeah, well, I mean, the problem for me is it's a moral dilemma, because on the one hand, I want to just fuck off and go to Oriss. On the other hand, I feel like the Ruined would probably stay and make sure that the villagers are safe.
The thing is, from my perspective, I feel like we've pretty much guaranteed killed the thing that caused those issues. Now it's just about finding those people, and let's face it, pretty much everyone can go out and find people, right?
There's always a bigger
That's
fish.
what we would do.
There's always a bigger fish.
It was a fucking purple worm, man. You're gonna tell me that's like
don't
purple worm too?
don't even try this, because he'll just throw a fucking Tarask at us.
Or just a bigger purple worm.
Sure. But then I'll just cast Hold Person, and then he's fucked. What is he gonna do? So,
Hey, Sam, check this out. Check this out.
wait. Is he gonna do it?
Check this out. Like, so there's that, right? That's pretty big, right?
Wait, I don't see anything?
We should be looking at Foundry, bud.
Yeah, I don't. I just see our token. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, let's just, like...
In case you do... Yeah, I can't, yeah.
Like, it's very easy to make one bigger.
Maybe that was just, like, the child of...
Yeah, exactly, that's what I'm saying. Your assumption, you've definitely dealt with them, like...
Well, okay.
Look,
from
the
our
UI
perspective.
told you it was Olgoi Korkoi. The other orcs told you it was Olgoi Korkoi. Maybe
Okay.
that was Olgoi Korkoi's like runt of the litter.
Okay, my way of thinking here is because my character is very wise, right? We've dealt with the problem at hand. Now people need us elsewhere. Goosebumps.
That's actually some good input. I stand by that.
Wow. Everyone can go find people, but not everyone can help people. Wow. Absolutely.
Is that to signify Moog lending a hand?
No,
Yeah.
that's hold person. Yeah. Okay. I say that we leave under the argument that we've basically dealt with that shit. Finding those people is, first of all, not part of the deal. Second of all, they can definitely just do it themselves. They don't need us to find those people.
Yeah,
Especially
to be fair,
since they know their terrain better than we do anyway.
Yeah, they might just feel like we're undermining them.
Yeah.
Undermining.
Especially when we say, yo, listen, our people are in danger, our people. That means that we also seem more loyal in that way. And that's probably a very orcish thing to do.
I will also mention.
You shut
during
your
the
whole mouth.
negotiation- No, it was something that I spoke to the king about, so I would have told these fucks. I will also mention that when I spoke to the king, it was the case of he said, "Okay, we will find the people. I will come back. I will amass an army. I will lead them." And his words were basically he was going to charter a ship to the closest. I can't remember what town it was, but it was like a close town.
Yeah, it was a
and
port about
we
a week
went-
away.
Yeah, a port about a week away, and we were free to come with them. So you have access to basically go with the king and his army.
Yeah, but if
Head
we
to
like,
Oriss.
surely we're a lot faster at Oriss if we just leave now. Even
Roll
without
me
the
a
ship.
survival check, and I'll tell you roughly how long it'll take by land and sea.
Survival, you said?
Or if you've got a navigator's tools.
Yo, I'm happy with that. Oh wait, that's never mind. That was your.
Man customized his own dice and then didn't recognize
Yeah,
them.
I forgot, man. I'm also not even done yet, but I can't bother.
With a dirty 20, I believe it would be about, give or take, a month by land,
Even with horses?
even with horses. Your
Okay.
a large chunk of it is mountainous terrain. This fucking huge mountain range that's the Ultrium Mountains between the land of the Tieflings and the land of Oriss. And you also don't have a Tiefling to guide you. Or by sea, it's about an extra week. So sea is longer. In theory, it's probably also easier.
Yeah, I mean, okay. I'll be honest. At this point, it's a no-brainer to just go now. Then, if by sea will even take longer, that's even more of an argument to just go now by land. For me, at least.
There's not a teleport circle nearby, is there?
Nope. You don't know where the nearest one is, but there is not one in Stone Bay, as far as you're aware.
I say we just go by land.
Okay.
Same. I agree.
The two
And I
players are
also
in
say that
agreement.
we go now.
Yeah, I say we just fuck off and go by land, yeah.
Okay. Important question. Do you speak to the king first, or do you just
Yeah.
do you Irish goodbye
Yeah.
out of the camp?
No, I absolutely.
do you pull a
Yeah.
Calum and just go bloop, and just disappear? Or
I mean,
do
if
you
we
say,
wouldn't
bye
speak to
guys,
him,
have a
we
wonderful
just-
day?
Yeah,
No,
if
no,
we
we'll
just
speak to
leave,
the
that would
king.
definitely just break the deal that we had before. So yeah, we definitely speak.
It's fine, I just wanted
Or
to call out
I-
Calum and his leaving voice call shenanigans.
Yeah.
You should feel bad.
Also, just to clarify, the orc boss guy, he can't speak common, right? He just chooses to speak Orcish because Calum spoke.
I don't think you've tried speaking common to him yet.
It was more of just like a respect thing.
Yeah. Okay, well, I guess. But I mean, I can speak Orcish, so I guess I'll just continue. Oh, by the way, can you guys hear me well? Because my mic is kind of far away.
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Okay.
You don't need to be that close to a mic. Assuming you've got a... I can't remember what the fucking different types of mics are called, but the one that like is pointing to you, directional mic, then yeah, you can be pretty far away from a mic. And
yeah, I did change my sound settings a bit, so I wasn't sure, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The only one that's a real pain, which I think you might have a Blue Yeti if memory serves. In fact, do you have Tommy's old Blue Yeti? Because Tommy got my old mic. Send it to me. Yeah, so you've basically got, in a way, the grandson of my mic, because the reason you have Tommy's old mic is because Tommy has my old mic. I
remember when I got Tommy's mic. This is like the first piece of contact I have with you guys, because this, apart from meeting Alex RL, this smelled like so much like Tommy. And I mean, I've never met him IRL, but this smelled so much like a person, I guess.
What the fuck, man?
No, like my entire room smelled like you for a month. I'm telling you.
Bro, if Tom ever wanted to meet you in person, he doesn't now.
No, I'm telling you.
Hey Tommy, if you ever just smelt someone's microphone and you crumble.
I mean, I've spent a lot of time around this microphone, man, and I know what you smell like, and I can say that I have not crumbled.
Yeah, I'm honestly going to make the assumption that Samo didn't know what a Blue Yeti smelt like, smelt a Blue Yeti, and went, that must be what Tommy smells like.
No,
just,
man,
this is the exact same connection that you have. You know, like, you visit a friend and it doesn't smell good or bad, it just smells like a different place, and you just associate that smell with...
Yeah,
okay,
but what I'm saying is that my theory is that
what
you're assuming is like Tommy's scent is just aluminium.
Bro,
Carbon.
No, absolutely not. That is.
Man's saying you got a weird musk, Tom.
No. Either.
I mean, if anything, isn't it my breath that you're smelling?
No.
I mean,
like
you might have
gotten.
gotten.
You know, man?
Maybe you've gotten curry on your hands before and then just smeared it all on the microphone.
Is it a good
This might
smell?
make it
Is the
even
next
weirder.
question.
It didn't even smell bad. It was just.
He just smelled like Red Bull and McDonald's, and he's like, "Oh yeah, Tom."
Yes.
I'll have you know I haven't had a McDonald's in at least 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Oh
Hey.
damn, that's good
Oh
going.
wait, no, I've had several McDonald's breakfasts over the last few weeks.
Oh.
Never mind.
Also,
And it's
when did
always
you
in
send the
front
Blue
of me, so I
Yeti?
always had this whiff in my nose. Bro, you were always here with me, man. Always.
All
Just
right,
still
all right,
both
Jinx.
touched and scared.
Yeah. Bro, next, at some point, I'm gonna meet you guys. You're gonna be so familiar, man. Like I've known you my entire life, bro.
I guess I'll understand why you're sneakily getting close to me to grab a whiff now that you've brought this up.
Bro,
When he
definitely
wakes up
taking
having
away from-
nightmares in night, he goes over to the mic and gives it a sniff just so he feels a bit more comfortable.
Yeah.
So
that's-
I'm there with him. He's not alone.
Can I just get a quick sense check? Alex, Calum, Tommy, and yeah, that's everyone, not Samo. Can you just quickly smell your microphones and just tell me whether you think your microphone smells of literally anything?
Yeah, about to be mutual.
Okay,
It smells.
But you
It
don't-
literally just smells
but
like
you don't-
aluminium to me, like metal.
but you
Yeah,
don't smell yourself. Like, that's the whole point, right?
But
You also don't smell the it's.
I'm convinced that it doesn't
you guys
have a
know what I'm talking about.
No, I am convinced that a microphone just doesn't get a smell.
No.
It's like
No.
it's not a thing that absorbs a smell. Like maybe if Tommy had like a sponge mic cover or something and that was on there, I could go like, okay, that would have absorbed a scent. But I don't think that I don't think anyone's phone smells. It's the same thing. Like you know what I mean?
agree with that.
It's just a
But
bit.
there's a difference between having your phone in your ass pocket all day and then sitting there like.
You're right, actually, yeah,
Like
yeah.
this all day, and
It
then-
makes total sense that when your phone is constantly near your fucking ass, for some reason, Samo, I don't know why you're putting your phone in your ass pocket, but if you're right, it totally makes sense that if you're putting your phone in your ass pocket, that it's not going to smell at all. That makes total sense to me.
Yeah, I don't have a smelly ass. That's my point.
This is the weirdest derailment we've ever had. I want to point that out.
Listen, I'm gonna
In any
point out.
D&D
No,
session, this is the weirdest derailment there
It's
has
been-
ever
Can,
It's been a while
can you
since
just
we've
do a
done
preview at the beginning of just Samo saying, I don't have a smelly ass?
I am.
Well, it's been a while
convinced-
since we've done a TikTok video because I've still been trying to work out how the fuck to adapt the staircase situation from Sundered Empire. But I feel like this can just be one. It's fine.
Listen,
It's got nothing to do with D&D, but...
I am a very tolerant person, and I agree when I'm wrong about stuff. I will die on this hill. Nope.
What do I smell of, man?
You see, if I meet you, I'm gonna tell you.
You've smelt me apparently. So what do I smell like?
Bro, it's like. Okay, if you go over to like a friend's place,
Yeah.
are you gonna tell me you can tell them what the place smells like?
All right, but
Yes.
but
According
also,
to Alex, it's McDonald's and fucking Red Bull.
but the main difference
No.
here, Samuel, is you're talking about going around someone's place where you got things like carpet and
Yes.
clothing and curtains, and then you're saying, yeah, and a metal and plastic thing also had absorbed the scent. It's just like
Listen, maybe I'm just smelling England. Maybe that's what I'm smelling.
you're probably
maybe.
just smelling like, you know, when you get like an Amazon delivery and it just kind of like smells like a vaguely like a warehouse, I
that's-
guess.
That's also not it. Definitely. No, I swear to everything. Nope.
All I can say, man, is just be fucking glad I sent it to you over a year ago and not now, because the smell you're getting from back then has got to be a lot better than what it is now, because now all you'll smell is cat shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it did, like, I wasn't bothered by it. But it was definitely there for, like, weeks. Like, I swear. It was to the point where I entered my room, that's all I
Yeah.
could smell.
Oh,
Samuel, I just
I'll
want to
tell
double
you
check.
again.
If this is the case, then I'm glad that you're okay. But did it smell like burnt toast?
No.
This is Moog's dementia-ridden episode. This is him just mumbling right now.
Yeah, had
Did-
autism
did
with Oriss, now I have dementia. Like, bro, I'm getting through all of that.
Did Tom actually send an airborne plague that lingered in your
You know
room
what?
for weeks
You know
somehow?
what? Yeah, that's a more reasonable explanation.
I mean, look, if Tommy had admitted in the last, like, fucking 10 minutes or whatever that he farted in the box before sealing it up, then I'd be like, alright, this makes sense, but...
Some
Yo, if-
people might have forgiven Germany for their sins, but I have held
No.
on to that for decades.
Listen, if that's his farts, hey, good for you, man. I'm happy for you, bro. I am happy for you.
You've been
That's
eating good, brother.
Yeah, that's a win, man. That's a win in my book. Damn.
Anyways, that's everything for Dragonriders this week. We'll see you next week. Right, where were we?
I don't know.
Lawmaster
Did we
Calum,
just
where
restart
were
the
we?
session, or-
I don't even fucking know, man.
That was it. We were gonna go speak to the King of Stonebay, and it somehow caught up whether he speaks common or not.
Somehow in the palace they're sitting there talking about, like, I don't know, a smell.
Smelly
like-
ass.
I feel like very rarely you have like a moment where you just know that something is gonna become like a long-term inside joke, and this is definitely one of them. This is
Well,
gonna fucking age like fine wine.
Yeah, I mean, it immediately. You said this is the worst derailment we've ever had, Calum. It immediately just made me think of the. Do you ever look at Connor and Crumble? Which it was not this group other than me and Tommy, but like that was the same thing. It was just like it derailed for about half an hour. So. Right.
Oh, well.
Yep.
Anyways, you go and speak to the King Holg Jaggedjaw.
Yeah.
You approach him as he's packing up his gear and getting ready to start riding out to continue the search.
Do you want to approach him? Should I approach him? What's the
Well,
game
I
plan?
can't speak to him, so Perhaps it's best if you do.
You could always try, but sure. In that case, I'll approach him. May I have a word? Have I actually spoken to him yet? Does he know I speak Orcish?
You have
feel like-
interjected before in conversations, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, yeah, I'll say that.
Hail, he says as he looks over at you. What do you need?
I'll look a bit nervously between, like, everyone and say, I'm afraid we have a slight change of plans. We have to leave.
Okay.
I assume at this point he noticed that someone is missing.
Nope, he does
I'll-
not, because guess what, baby? That's a nat one.
Well, okay.
Bro, my name was so Dai, and he doesn't even realize I'm gone.
It's just a person speaking Orcish. He doesn't, right? Anyway.
All these
As you-
fair-skinned folk, they all look the same to him.
Yep.
Small
Well, as
toothed
you-
little bitches.
Well, I mean, to be honest, we do look a lot different, but I mean, okay. Anyway. As you may, or well, maybe not, have realized, we're missing someone of our party. They left abruptly. And I'm afraid we must follow them.
Everything okay?
Well, I wish I could say that, but it doesn't seem to be, no. That's the reason why we must leave. Now.
Your companion made a deal with us.
I understand. That being said, you need to find those people. You know these lands way better than we do any. All we would do is just tag along. We're needed somewhere right now where we can actually make a difference, and I feel like someone of, well, your caliber could understand that.
Oh, I understand. But let me be clear. He may have struck that deal, but if he's dead, or you're no longer friends, it matters not to my kingdom. The deal will stand. Both
I
sides.
shrugged. If he, or well, all of us die, then all you've gained was us helping you slay that worm. And you didn't really lose anything, did you?
We'll be sending an army to Oriss, boy. You're definitely older than him. But weaker and frailer than him.
Yeah.
Actually, are you older than him? You're a human, aren't you? You might be.
Yeah.
I haven't read how old he is, never mind. Either way. If we show up at Oriss and no one knows we're coming, we get embroiled in a war, that does not look good. So, we show up there, and no one's expecting us. We shall simply turn around. And then, as you say, nothing lost, nothing gained.
Exactly.
Very well then. Pursue your comrade.
I'll simply nod and turn around with a very nervous look on my face so that he can't see it, but yeah. Happy that it went that way, I guess. Best it could, really.
You could have done better if he had rolled a higher insight. That
Sure,
one
but-
I basically rolled as him now being suspicious of you for suddenly hightailing it and why Agis hightailed it.
Sure, but, I mean...
Yeah.
Yeah. Happens to the best of us, I guess.
Is what it is. I mean, put it this way. him agreeing to help in the first place with Oriss was as a result of a nat 20. So the nat 1's not going to undo the nat 20. It's kind of leveled it out to a decent roll rather than being a nat 20 now. So it's like...
Sure, yeah. But that's fine. At least the deal still stands. That's basically all we cared about, and...
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, I think with that we're...
With this undertone of, you know, if Agis dies and then you try and use the excuse later down the line of, oh, well, the guy who made those promises is no longer here to upkeep those promises, so we're not going to give you all that money we promised.
Yeah.
You're going to have a problem on your hands.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't think we're going to do that anyway, so it's...
I don't know, man. You guys did Keelhaul guy.
Also, let's face it, I mean, Agis is not gonna die, right?
That was also me.
I'm sorry, you think Agis has plot armor?
Yeah, Agis is definitely not gonna die.
I have the opposite of plot armor. Bro.
I mean, actually, he did have by far the most dangerous things happen to him, and he survived. That's kind of...
Yeah, I'm just a survivor. It's not plot armor.
All I'm going to say, Samuel, I don't think you were in the call when this was said. Alex metaphorically said he would jump on a grenade for Calum earlier in a DM to me, and he said, you know, it will at least like take the strain away from Calum or whatever. And I went, you'd think that, but
You'd think that, but Pete just has it out for ages.
Well,
we've
but he's not
already
really
established
trying that
this,
hard, is
man.
he?
Character progression makes you hot, as we saw in Arcane.
That is very true.
Stop testing that theory out on Agis.
Well, everyone else is already hot, so...
I mean, it kind of depends on what a character progression you mean, because technically Vanda's character progressed, but we all saw how that turned out, so...
Don't mention his name, I'll cry.
My dude, there is a whole subculture of furries out there, and they will absolutely die on the hill that Vanda became hotter.
Yeah, I can't really argue with that.
Vander is a sex symbol,
Alright.
just like every other character in the show. Anyway, yeah.
So you guys pack up your gear and start planning for your journey then.
Yes!
As you do,
Oh,
Goldtooth
God.
is going to ask you a question.
Who's specific?
The Ruined, but to the group, so that anyone else,
Yeah.
anyone can participate in this conversation who is present. So not Calum and not Tommy. Your boy, Agis. How exactly did he leave so quickly? You make it sound like we're not going to catch up with him on the road.
He used his staff to teleport.
He narrows his eyes at that. Powerful item if it can do that.
Very.
Where did he get it from?
Can I... Wait, I want to roll something to see if he might have, like, a general idea of what that is.
He blundered that question in such a way that it's like, you know, a bull going through a china shop. There was no subtlety to it. Yeah, he is pretty... Basically, your read on the situation is that he has gone... That stuff looks similar to something I've seen before, and now it's been confirmed to also be incredibly powerful. It's not just like a similar-looking stick of wood.
Oh god, it's an arcane situation.
He got it from a blind oracle named Dai.
Is that so?
Yes, kind of an asshole.
And what happened to this blind oracle?
Not too sure, but hopefully dead somewhere.
If I remember correctly, one of the messages said that this Dai person was with that Celeste person, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm saying that in character.
Things could change.
He narrows his eyes. Let me make something clear. I said that I would journey with you until I saw it fit to leave.
Oh god.
If you attempt to cause harm to that man, I will break you. And then I will scatter your limbs across the lands that I will travel.
Not quite the response I was expecting. But trust me, I'm not planning on hurting him. He's done nothing wrong yet.
Good. Then neither have you.
Can I want to roll another insight.
Okay.
I'm kind of offended that you get the idea of a murderer from me. An indiscriminate murderer, at least.
You literally just said you wished or hoped that he was dead. You walk among death. You bleed from your eyes. Apologies if my read on you has been inaccurate.
We just have different morals. He and I. I believe that what he believes puts a lot more innocent lives in danger. I wouldn't harm him because he is currently innocent, as are the ones that he would hatch plans and ignore people for to put them in danger.
You speak in riddles.
As do you. I feel like you know more than you're letting on. You seem to have some connection to this Dai.
I do. I've not tried to hide it since you've mentioned him by name, have I?
No. But seeing as you're questioning me, perhaps I could just ask you a question in return.
So can I use this insight to figure out if he actually knows Dai or just the person that had this staff in our current timeline?
He's just said that he knows Dai, so that insight's
Okay.
kind of null and void at this
Okay.
point.
Never mind.
He kind of nods for you to go ahead the round with your questioning.
How do you know him?
We travel together.
Is this present or future?
He narrows his eyes at that again, but then clearly comes to the conclusion that you know what he knows. Future, I suppose.
Damn.
Ah. Well, that certainly, not necessarily complicates things, because that means that it could get more complicated. But good to know, at least. Did you come here with him?
I suppose that I did.
Were there others?
When whatever happened, there were others before. They were not there when I woke up. If Dai has made it here too, then my only assumption is that they have also made it here.
And if they are as strong as you and Dai, they could make for some good allies.
Indeed.
I fear we got off on the wrong foot. I do not wish to be enemies with anyone. In fact, I like friends. Friends are very nice. Didn't grow up with a lot, so I like trying to make as many as I can.
As long as you wish no ill will to the only man who can return me to my home, then I wish no ill will towards you.
I'll stick out my hand and I'll just say, I promise.
He will take it. The whole kind of like, if you're going for a handshake, he goes for like the grabbing your forearm thing.
Yeah.
Very good. And then he releases your arm. Come then. We have a long journey ahead. Root Beer and Fienza, and I don't know what Moog's doing, but Fienza and Root Beer both look like, you know, when you're around a friend's house and it kind of smells different, but like that smell is not necessarily a good or a bad smell.
Yeah.
And then the parents start arguing in front of you, and you're just there like,
Yeah.
that's the kind of vibe you get from Fienza and Root Beer.
Yeah, I am the same. So just
All right. Anything more before we start setting up the journey?
nope. At least not for me.
Don't think so.
Okay, then let's do some journey shenanigans. Right, we're going to move back to the map of Terral, and we're going to prep the journey and everything, and then basically going to take this chronologically. So whoever, like, whatever beats happen whenever, because you're going to have a long journey ahead of you. Tommy's journey is nearly over, but also he's in the future right now, and then Calum is currently in present, but not journeying anywhere, but we're pausing his stuff until Tommy gets to Oriss, so that's how we're gonna do this, okay? It's complicated.
No,
Splitting parties is... Whoever thought that was a good idea?
Yeah, what the fuck, man? Who started with that?
Yeah, I can't imagine who we would blame as a player, and then also who we'd blame as a dungeon master for allowing it to happen.
Yeah, you know what? That might be even worse.
Yeah, Samu, how could you?
What the
On both accounts.
Okay. So, with journeying, the way that journeying works is that you choose a destination, and then it's one journey from beginning to end. So if you say that you're just going to travel to Oriss, and that is your destination, it's one journey, which will be a long journey at that point. And in terms of difficulty and what have you, I will have to try and determine that based on averages. So like journeying through this desert, as an example, is one thing. Then traveling through this jungle is another thing. Then traveling across these mountains is another thing. So I would then take that as kind of like an aggregate and go, okay, well, what's the overall difficulty of that journey?
Yeah.
Alternatively, you can say we're going to travel to a location on the way to Oriss, and that's going to be journey 1, followed by a second journey. That's the second part. You get more XP for a more difficult journey and a longer journey, but also it's more challenging, both in terms of the roles, but also things like one of the rules with a journey is that you can only take a long rest if you have somewhere safe to stay. So if you're going to be doing a journey for 30 days and you don't find anywhere safe to stay during that 30 days, it might mean you can't take a long rest, you can only take short rests. The way that long rests and short rests work on journeys is slightly different, so in terms of recovering spells and what have you, it's slightly different, but in terms of completely getting rid of exhaustion, completely gaining all your spells back and what have you, that is dependent on you having somewhere safe to stay. So, do you want to go all out straight to Oriss, or do you want to stop anywhere on the way there?
I mean, from a player perspective, it probably makes sense to split it up, but personally, I think I would prefer, just also gameplay-wise, to just go in one go. But if Alex wants to do the other thing, I'm fine with that as well.
No, I'm happy to just do it all in one go.
Okay. Do you want to go as the bird flies or trying to stick to things like rivers so that you have, resources available to you?
Yeah, resources sound good.
Okay. Oh, actually, let's undo that. On the road or cross country? Cross country is harder, road is longer, basically.
I think as long as we have resources, cross road could be good, no?
Road will
Cross-country.
stick near resources. Cross country, you can also stick near resources, but go quicker.
Cross country then?
How much quicker would it be?
I don't know until I measure it out, Samo. It's a very long
Also,
journey.
You guys
Okay.
forgot the most
Yeah,
important
just
thing.
go cross country then.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You guys forgot the most important thing, which is you guys are now planning a long journey, and I'm gone. The quartermaster, with all the food, is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but doesn't the ruin have 500 billion things in his force or some shit?
Yeah, but the
No.
mostly various weapons that he refuses to sell.
Yeah, he can't eat the long swords.
Well,
How about
could
we
become a sword
trade
eater,
some
I
of those
guess.
weapons for rations? We're still in a city.
no,
We
you're
can
not.
stock
You're
up
in the
on-
So
wilderness outside
that might have
Fornaf.
been an idea on why you wanted to go back.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Let
might
me
have been
check
why
how
you
many
wanted to go back
rations
with
I
York King.
have. Actually, considering my character also probably knows the... Actually, we have a map, so it doesn't really matter. Do we come... I assume we come across settlements or some shit.
You have the chance to, and also the route that I'm the route that I'm currently mapping will take you past the capital of the Tieflings. So you can absolutely stop there just to buy supplies. You don't necessarily have to stop there to try and recruit
Yeah.
them, but you can stop there just to grab supplies.
I think
But
that definitely.
that is towards the end of the journey. So
Oh,
you could also stop off at Arkmarir, but then that's probably adding a couple of days to your journey.
I do have Bog water. Damn.
Assuming you're not stopping off at Arkmarir, though, your total journey will be approximately 29 days, assuming no delays.
29 days.
Can we have bought provisions before we left?
Nope.
Okay.
You could head back to a settlement. Fornaf is abandoned, so you can't really buy anything from Fornaf, but you could head back to Core Point. But that's in the
It's
opposite
alright.
direction.
We'll survive.
Again, you can stop off at Arkmarir. It will probably just add an extra 2 days to your journey. Where I was
there
talking
any
before about the stinted journey versus one long journey. Stinted journey would be you're not really stopping in Arkmarir to rest and recover. You're just traveling and popping it, literally going to the market that's outside the city and grabbing some supplies on the way through. Versus if you actually stop at Arkmarir and rest for a day, that's when it stops the journey and starts a new journey, essentially. So
Alright.
Would there even be even smaller settlements?
there is
small
always the
villages
possibility
across
to
the way?
discover something like the Green Inn. But that's up to dice rolls. That's not guaranteed.
Okay. Do you want
Alright,
to
well-
just stop at that place then, real quick?
Yeah.
days longer?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
So
buy stuff there.
add an extra 2 days, stop off at Arkmarir.
Mm-hmm.
Which, just in case folks who've played previous campaigns don't know, Arkmarir is First Stand. It's not called First Stand yet.
Oh, cool.
So you're going to be stopping off there. So I'm just going to quickly open my laptop and mute it because apparently someone's fucking messaging me at 8 p.m. Fucking
Damn.
establish a work-life balance, folks.
Whoever you are, I'll kindly ask you to stop. Thank you.
I'm just seeing who it is real quick as well. I'm curious now.
Don't worry, I got you, man. I told him to stop.
Right, at least it's someone fairly senior who gets paid enough that they can. At least it's not someone who's like on like, you know, the lowest pay scales working at 8 p.m.
You're
someone
relevant
fairly
enough.
senior in the organization that like I guess they can choose to work at 8 p.m. if they really want to. Cool. Okay, so it's going to be a 31-day journey in total, which is a little
the
bit.
longest we've had?
It is by far the longest you've had. It's also over a month because in the Songs world, to make things simple, I've just made each month 30 days. So,
yeah.
Okay. Oh boy, this is going to be fun. This is going to make it a long journey, I'm pretty sure as well. So, 31-day journey.
Yo, Alex, you better not fuck up your rolls, man.
I mean,
That's not a good start, man.
So you are scheduled to arrive on the 16th of New Sun. Just making a note of that in case we don't manage to get to that in this session.
So when did the last bit of Soros' story happen? Day-wise?
I believe Sorrows is due to arrive in Oriss on the 29th of Dead Month, and you're due to arrive at Oriss on the 16th of New Sun, which is the next month.
Okay.
So you're arriving like a full 17 days after him.
Alright.
Cool beans. Okay, cool. So there's that bit of it out of the way. Next bit that I need to work out is things like difficulty and such like. Journeys. Okay. So it is going to be a long journey. I am going to say you're traveling across fairly kind of like barren desert, then jungle, then a very dense mountain range. So in terms of terrain, I think the thing that kind of most encompasses that would be I'm going to go dense forest plus steep hills because I don't want to put it all the way up to steep cliff faces and high mountains with poor passes. So I'm going to go deep forests and steep hills. And then weather, let's just quickly randomize that. Clear skies, okay.
Nice.
It's, you know, cold, but it's clear skies. Cool, okay, that's going to be the DC then. So as it stands, a long journey is going to, where is it? A long journey puts it at base level of 3 encounters as well. Obviously that can be affected by rolls and such like. Okay, are you happy with your current roles on the journey? So with Moog being the I can't remember if you're the sentry, the outlander, because I always get them confused. You're the sentry,
Yeah.
and the ruined is the outlander. Are you happy with that? Those two for you two, given that you've only got companions to pick from after that.
yeah.
I'm good at what I do, yeah, so I'm good with that.
Cool. Do you have a particular person you would like to be the leader, or would you like me just to pick from stats?
Maybe Theon's. That makes sense. Or Goldtooth, actually.
Bear in mind, leader is mostly charisma or insight based. So
Well,
I'm not going to tell you what their
probably
stats
Theon's
are,
one.
but yeah, if you want to take a stab at who you think would be better at those, then
Probably Thienzin, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree.
cool. And that leaves Goldtooth as the quartermaster, because Root Beer is not a heroic character yet, and therefore cannot be the quartermaster.
Damn, bro, she didn't become a
She-
heroic character
she-
after beating the Purple Worm?
She is going to become one. I just forgot to do it in between sessions. GTRP. I've apparently played 56 hours of GTRP in the last week. Okay, like I may be mildly addicted.
It's a healthy amount.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, what are you going to be doing then as the Outrider of the Ruined for your prep? Which actually has nothing to do with your role. That's just the prep stuff. So, whatever you want to do is prep.
I will just say, I don't know if this is probably allowed. If you do have something for stealth, I can give you a solid +10 to that. The same.
I don't have anything for stealth, I don't think.
No. Okay. Fine. You're allowed.
So is it the group travel check?
No, sorry, this is the prep stage. So things like consulting the occult is the one that you quite often do, or carousing.
Oh, it's this. Oh,
yeah. I did kind of like jumble those two up and said, "What are you doing as your role?" But I did say prep, so yeah, I kind of confused it. Muddied the waters. My bad.
Yeah, I'll probably just do consult the occult.
Consult the occult. You spend a few hours practicing esoteric traditions and search for signs and portents concerning the difficulties that lie ahead. You can make me either an arcana or a religion check. A 4
Yikes.
plus whatever that is not going to be enough. Plus 4. So 8 is not enough. That is a fail. So no negative outcome from you doing that at the moment, but no positive either. Is anyone able to do anything to give you a boost to that? I'm asking mostly for Samo first of all, and then I'm checking for the other two.
I mean, if you're gonna because I was actually still looking at, to be honest, I didn't pay attention. If you're gonna let me cast guidance respectively, I would, but if not, that's fine.
I'm not going to let you retroactively. The role has been determined, but I'm just checking what the leader and the quartermaster can do.
Oh, are those already in effect, like the role?
If it says while on the journey, then yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait, in that case,
I believe the leader can give you Inspiration Resolve. As a reaction while on a journey, you can allow another party member to re-roll a failed saving throw or ability check. You can do this once per party member per journey. So, yeah, he can spend that on you.
Cool.
Still a fail.
Yikes.
If you've got any of your own inspiration, you can, of course, use it, but...
No, I'll just make do.
Okay. Cool. What are you doing for your prep, Moog?
I will study the weather, and I'm also gonna cast. Oh no, wait! Actually, I don't have that prepared. Fuck. Never mind. Yeah, I'll just do a study the weather.
Okay. That will be a nature check then.
Nature. Hey, I'm good at that.
That is a pass. You reduce the difficulty of the journey by 2.
Oh.
Okay. Sure. Fienzen is going to try and procure some supplies, which doesn't actually give you more food. It gives you something else, but we'll get to that in just a moment. So let's see if he does this the nice way or the naughty way. You're with friends. He's going to try and do this the nice way. So he's going to roll me an investigation check. That is a pass. Cool. So he has now made the quartermaster's supply dice a d8
Very nice.
rather than a d6.
Pretty swag.
And then finally, I will have Goldtooth pack up. That is a fail.
No.
Would you like Thienzen to also use his reaction for Goldtooth? Bear in mind, he can only use it once per character, so it just means that both the Ruined and Goldtooth then won't be able to reroll anything from that feature for the rest of the journey.
What does packing up do again? Does that
Reduces it by
difficulty?
2. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think we want that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, just do that then.
Okay. Rolled worse than the first time. Unfortunate. Okay. Especially because he's pretty good at athletics, but well. Cool. So he also failed his prep. Again, no negative outcomes to who failed and passed prep in that way. It just means that the journey difficulty is now set in stone and the benefits you're getting are now set in stone. So now comes the group travel check, which will determine what is going to happen with the different number of encounters. So this is where you look at your role and decide what you want to do as your role. So do either of you know what you want to do in your role yet? If not, I will start browsing for the leader and quartermaster as well.
I'll do Blaze the Trail.
Okay, so you trek ahead of the rest of the party, navigating the wilderness and finding the best route to set off upon. Make me a survival check. The DC for this, by the way, is 17.
Hey!
Yep.
Bloody hell.
And that's after it was reduced by 2.
Yikes.
That is a fail.
Damn!
I will use my inspiration on that.
Okay.
Hell yeah, brother.
Damn.
Oh, could I have used guidance?
You can, because I haven't said it's a fail yet, so go ahead.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, 1d4. Come on. Come on! Juice me. That's a cock. That's gotta be a cock.
That is a fail from the Ruined. Just double check whether your role, Samo, can do anything about this, but I don't think it can.
I mean, I know one of the people can add like a 1d6 to a ability check. One of them definitely has that because I have the saving throw alternative to that. I know
Right,
there's
okay. I'm just reading it now. At any time throughout the journey as a reaction to an ally making an ability check, you can spend a supply die to improve the ally's check, adding, in this scenario, 1d8. So yeah, he can burn a supply die to make that a success, basically. But you only get 3 of those for the journey.
That's got to be worth it.
If Alex is happy, I'll burn it.
Sure.
Alright, that is 1 supply die used, but you have now passed your roll. Cool.
Hooray.
What are you doing, Samo, for your prep?
I'll do the whole slip the noose thingy, which is stealth, and then I'll cast. What's the thing my staff gives me? What's the
Pass without trace, I
thing
think.
called? Pass without trace. Yeah, I can just use that anytime I want, so I won't bother using it because I have to find it first.
Okay.
So it's with a +10.
Fine. So with a +10 on top of that, that is a pass, but
Nice.
barely.
Closer than I thought it was going to be, but hey,
Hey, a pass is a pass.
yeah, we'll take that. We'll take that.
Cool. Right, what's the leader gonna do? Fienzen as the leader is... Yeah, he's going to do outward confidence. You are a bastion of hope and optimism to those around you. He's going to make a persuasion check to inspire you all for the journey ahead. He rolled a 27. That's 3 passes. And finally, the quartermaster. Goldtooth is going to share the load. You take a few extra things from your fellow adventurers, lighten their load and allowing them to excel their own tasks. He's going to make an athletics check to carry some of your allies' gear.
Come on, homie.
That's very much a cocked dice, but it's going to accept it as a dirty 20.
Hell yeah.
It was between a 14 and a 4, so one of them was a
Oh.
pass and one of them was a fail, but it accepted
nice.
it. That is passes all round, which is very, very nice for a long journey. So, journey rules. Make the journey. So, since the whole party succeeds, you are going to reduce the number of encounters down to 2. So there's only going to be 2 encounters for this journey rather than 3. Which makes life a little bit easy for you. So.
Yay.
Okie doke. Alex, you roll. Wait, no, you roll on the D10, not the D12, don't you?
No, I think
No,
it's
yeah,
D12.
you roll on the D12. So you roll a D12. Do you want it to be for the first encounter or the second encounter?
First.
Okay. So I have rolled that, and you have rolled that. Okay.
What?
You get the option of a chance meeting or old memories. To give a brief summary, a chance meeting is an opportunity for the GM to share more information about the world and setting, plant and adventure hooks. I don't know why I'm reading that bit to you. The encounters feature one or more NPCs that you run into by chance. It can be positive, it can be negative. And it's an opportunity to kind of like, potentially learn stuff about the area or be given quest hooks, etc., etc. Alternatively, old memories. There are ancient civilizations scattered throughout the land, their stories lost to time. The remnants of these forgotten empires can still be found in the world. They are the crumbling ruins your party passes on their journey, or the secret magical relics found in hidden tombs. Again, can be positive and negative, though.
What do you think, Samo?
I mean, of course, it's hard to say. I feel like if I want to go by pure speed and get this kind of over with, the NPC thingy is probably best. Because the second one feels more like combat, even though we're not even guaranteed to find someone, but I feel like if we're coming across some kind of tomb, I mean, there's definitely non-existent zombie shit going on there.
Let's just hope we don't come across an Inquisitor on our way.
True.
Okay, yeah, let's go with the a chance meeting then.
Okay, and then let's roll for the other one. Okay. Cool. So the journey is mapped out. Anything that you guys want to do on your journey? Otherwise, we are going to skip ahead to when the next scene happens, essentially. So I don't know when that is going to be, but I think it's actually going to be Tommy before it gets to you guys, because I've worked out what days those encounters are going to take place on.
Are we gonna get past that settlement first? Before
Good
anything,
question.
actually.
You were going okay, so that is 5 days, and then that is 12 days, 13 days. Yeah, you'd get to it within 13 days.
And that's before the whole Soros shenanigans? Or is that after?
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It is the day before Sorrows Arise at Oriss is when you'd get to Arkmira.
I mean, yeah, I mean, we would just stock up supplies there, so I would just buy rations. I don't know if Alex wants to do anything more.
Yeah, I'll probably just buy rations too.
Okay,
Yeah.
so first of all, then you get 13 days of travel, so 13 days of downtime for anything you want to do during that journey.
Yeah. How would I go about starting my own magic item? Do I just, I don't know, start thinking about it, or like, what would be like the first step?
So, if you want to craft your own magic item, you can read up about this a little bit yourself in Hammer and Anvil.
Hammer and anvil.
Under the Spark of Creation section is the bit for creating your own magic items. Essentially, what you're going to have to do is think of what you want the magic item to do. You also need to think of what the item should be. So if you're inventing a brand new item, i.e. you're creating a thing that doesn't exist,
Yeah.
then you also need to invent the item. If you're just doing magic, and you're like, I don't know, making a magic sword or whatever, you need to know how to make a sword, and then you need to know how to enchant the sword. There are various enchantments that already exist. You can also try and create your own one, but where possible, I prefer to use existing ones just because it's easier. In terms of how you actually physically do it, so you can think, as a player, you can think of all that stuff whenever you want, and write it all down for me and send me your proposal.
Yeah.
In terms of your character actually making it, that's what's called an extended downtime activity, which means it's a thing that you do when you're not doing anything else, i.e. you're sat in one place for a week, and you have a week of not really doing anything other than working on this downtime. So you can't do it while journeying.
Okay.
So basically, during journeying, you can do what are called camp activities. Camp activities are your downtimes that you can do just by having a couple of hours free every evening. Whereas an extended downtime is, I've got a full day to dedicate to this, and I've got multiple days to dedicate to this.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if you ever
So
want
if
to
we
know...
were on a ship, for example.
Yeah, and you weren't working. Because if you are working...
Yeah, sure, yeah.
So there's another journal in the mechanics and rules, etc., which is called downtime activities, and then within that I've got a bunch of examples of both camp time activities and extended downtime activities, so you can peruse through that as well. And that will have, within the extended downtime activities, that has the rules for both inventing and also enchanting. Although I don't know if it's enchanted item. So that's your extended ones. You can always propose your own camp activity or your own downtime extended downtime activity. So the ones that everyone's already had so far have been examples of them just kind of proposing them themselves, sort of thing. So that's fine too. If there's not one that fits your what you want to do, but if there is one, then that's what we'll use. So yeah, you got 13 days of travel before you get to Arkmira.
I mean, I guess I'll be a little dick and just, instead of Agis doing it, I'm gonna gather herbs. I do have a herbalism kit.
Okay, roll me on your herbalism kit then.
Is that just there? Boop. There.
Okay. Cool, very nice, 22. Can you believe that you've been replaced, Calum?
No, I'm doing it for him. I'm just a homie. Listen, the drugs that motherfucker gave me, I want more of that shit. I'm just the supplier now.
Well, what you got was, in a way, kind of boring, but also in a way pretty good. Because it's not anything particularly spicy, but it is probably one of the most useful ones. You find 3 red amanita mushrooms.
I'll take that.
That's a
Like
superior
anything-
healing potion right there, baby.
Yeah, I'll take that. For free?
They're in your inventory now.
Just to clarify, that is like 1 roll for those 30 days, right? I'm not rolling for every single fucking day now.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, okay, good.
What about you, the Rund? What are you up to?
I'm just doing my poisoner kit proficiency the whole time.
Okay. It looks like you only got 2 days left on that, so you'll succeed that then.
No, I've already added it.
Oh, okay.
I've just got 2 days less now, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Unless there's any particular scenes you want to roleplay out with your companions or each other, you get to Arkmira then.
No, I'm good for now.
Yeah, just get some rations and then head on out again.
Okay. You arrive at Arkmira through the thick jungle that you travelled through. The jungle was incredibly verdant after this barren wasteland of Stone Bay entering the kind of eastern border of Terron is this verdant, lush jungle. Pretty difficult terrain the entire time, but hey, you made it. Arkmira is this kind of bastion in between the thick foliage of the jungle and the mountain range of the Altrium Mountains. It's this large black pyramid jutting out of the sands. And when I say large, I'm talking about maybe 10 times the size of the pyramids of Giza. Because it's an entire fucking city within that pyramid. Outside of Arkmira is a market for traveling merchants and such so you'd probably stock up there rather than entering the city properly, I'd assume, right? Just kind of doing a flyby sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We're not
Cool.
getting involved.
So go ahead and buy whatever gear or supplies you want within reason. So don't go ahead and buy legendary magical items. But yeah, if you want to stock up on supplies, that's fine. Bear in mind you will have already used up 13 rations each though. So minus those of your inventory, or don't bother. But if you're buying more, minus 13 of however many you're buying, essentially, in terms of how many you end up getting in your inventory.
Merchants.
Got bad news, everybody.
Bad news, everyone.
Jensen has no rations, also someone's going to have to feed him.
He could milk. Oh. Anyway, wait. Should I see the whole Arkmira thing in the merchants tab?
Nope. Haven't set up
okay,
yet.
no.
So just
Okay.
basic supplies and such what do you want to buy? Also, Goldtooth's going to run out of rations 9 days into the journey. So in total, someone also needs to coop up 17 more rations. Otherwise, people are going to start going hungry.
Oh no, if only the guy with all the rations didn't leave.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of them. Ruin, can you do that? I'll even chip in some money or that. Whatever.
It's more about on the journey to Arkmira, do you have enough food for the entire party?
Oh, I have 0.
Okay, let's just cover our bases real quick. Samar, I'm not seeing any rations in your inventory either. Do you have any rations that you've already removed, or did you not have any rations to begin with?
Let me double check because I was very sure I had some.
Have you removed any? Because
I haven't done anything yet.
Okay, I'm not seeing any, but maybe I'm not seeing them.
For too long, you fucks have been mooching off me.
Someone must have eaten all my ration.
Yeah, probably you, at a guess. Oh no. Yeah, the ruined. Your horse doesn't have any rations. Your backpack doesn't have any rations. Ooh,
Well?
baby. Okay, so you have 9 rations to go between the 4 of you for a 13-day journey.
Aha.
So let's just do some
Well,
quick maths here. That's 2 rations each.
I do have a loop
Allowing
around.
you to eat once every 6.5 days.
Could I intercept with a little loop around here?
Mm-hmm.
I am playing a druid. I can cast Goodberry,
Mm-hmm.
and one berry makes someone not need food for a day. And they give me 10 per cast.
Great. Cool. That's fine.
There we go.
I like how you like
Sorted.
loophole and then presented me with a spell that does that's not a loophole. That's just a solution to the problem.
Yeah. I was like, wait, I'm a druid. I can cast plant shit. Wait, let me see.
I thought you were gonna be like, I'm a druid. I'm gonna wild shape and let people carve up my flesh and eat it, and then once I've taken enough damage, I'll just turn back into Mohg.
You know what? I don't actually like berries. That's an even better idea.
No, fuck you. Okay, fine. That is a solution. That's hold on. So you can do 10 berries, eating
cast,
a
it's
berry.
first level cast.
Yeah. And a singular berry is enough for one creature for one day. So you technically don't need to use any rations then, because you could just do that each day.
Okay.
Sick.
I
Good thing
still
is you
want
two didn't have any
rations.
rations in your inventory to begin with, so there's no rations
Yeah.
for you to add back into your inventory. But
True. But now that we're here, I definitely would have stuck up. So this shit never happens again. In case I don't have spell slots anymore.
yeah,
whatever
exactly.
the fuck.
So go ahead and
Yeah,
stock up
that's-
if you want to. But
Yeah, that's why I asked before if we could get provisions before we left, because I looked and I was like, oh yeah, I have 0. Like, I don't know what's going to happen now, but guess we'll find out.
if you hadn't, your companions could have tried to forage as their downtime activity. But if they'd failed that, you would have gotten a bunch of points of exhaustion and potentially starved to death.
Yeah,
Hey.
I kind of thought that might be the case, but I was okay with that.
the
But hey,
ruins
yeah,
it would have
end
been-
is just
13 days.
It would
starving
have-
death in a desert.
It would have been pretty lit if, like, Mohg and the Ruin just never returned to the party and just, like, they're just dead in, like, some forest somewhere, just
just
starved and
writes this note.
emaciated.
He just writes the note of like, don't worry, I'm watching my life be closely. It just suddenly breaks, and he's like, oh, for
Yeah.
fuck's sake.
And then just fights their skeletons just in the desert. Just
Well, I imagine at that point he'd probably ask Obeyed what happened, be like, who killed them? Who do I need to get revenge on? He's like, they just didn't have any fucking food.
Idiot, Aegis. You were the
yeah, that
one
would have been
with
on
food
you,
and
man,
left.
quartermaster. What the fuck?
I mean, look,
They-
I'm not
They
gonna
just forgot.
I'm not gonna rule out that as the quartermaster, maybe the quartermaster should have thought about leaving these idiots some food before fucking off. But also, you're fucking grown-ups. Own some food, man.
Well, also, if they're gonna plan a journey across a fucking desert, you'd think they'd stock up on food.
Well, in all
their
fairness-
defense, where they were starting their journey was a bad situation because the nearest settlement was abandoned, and the next nearest settlement was in the opposite direction across a lake.
Yes, thank you, Pete. That's exactly.
Also, I genuinely thought for sure I had rations. Like I'm pretty sure I don't recall ever like reducing my rations until it reaches a point where they're literally not even in my inventory anymore.
Hang on 1 second. Have you checked Shack?
I did check Shack.
Yeah.
Shack is also out
Okay.
of rations.
But hey,
I had like over 20 rations at some point.
Yeah, and then a lot
I-
of journeys have happened. You were at sea for nearly a month, man.
I reckon you must have been like removing them for me or something, and I just didn't.
Yeah,
like, notice,
probably.
'cause-
Anyways, how many rations are you guys buying?
I mean, we don't really need to now, do we? Now that we've got a good breeze.
Yeah, just as long as Samo always has spell slots when it comes to taking a rest at the end of the day.
I am definitely still like. How much does one ration weigh? Was it one like weight thing?
A single ration weighs £2 and costs 5
Damn!
silver.
Yeah.
I'll buy. Okay, I'll buy 20, but I'm like till the end of this, or well, yeah, till the end of this journey, I will keep using the good berry strat.
Yeah, that's fine.
Also, if you,
I'm not going to simulate
rations.
rations going off. I assume they're cured, so you're fine in terms of just leaving them in your inventory forever. But
I would also very much like for the NPCs to buy some.
yeah, they're going to buy some. Don't worry. They just don't have as
That's-
much money to spend it on it. But cool.
If they need money, I'll just give that to them. Fuck it. But
Okay, you have 20 rations. That is going to cost 10 gold.
should I remove it? Do you remove it?
I've added the items. You can remove the gold.
Okay. Well, done.
The ruined. How many are you buying?
I'll also get 20 and I'll stick them straight onto Shack.
Cool. I'll just take the gold from Shack then.
Oh, I've already taken it.
Okie doke. Every time I look at your character sheet, I'm like, why are you so poor all of a sudden? And then I remember it's because all of your money's on Shack.
Mm-hmm.
You, like my character in GTRP, has not heard of what a bank is.
Shack is my bank.
Shaq is his accountant.
Someone told me to put my money in a police officer told me to put my money in a bank, and I went, what's that? And they went, okay. If you picture a house that you go and put your money in, and then they tell you how much money you have, that's what a bank is. And I went, oh, okay. And then I went to the money house and put my money in there, but it turns out I was in crippling debt from all of my medical bills. So then I accused the money house of stealing all my money.
I just remembered. I
Mhm.
don't know who it was, and it's bad with either character, but either Zila or Neurixius has put like 2,000 or 3,000 gold into a bank. If it was Neurixius, rest in peace that fucking money.
It'll be in a note somewhere, but yeah.
Also, I mean,
Both
Yeah.
Gold Tooth and Fienzan have enough to buy 10 rations each. If you want to chuck another 10 gold at them, Samo, then they can up that to 20.
yeah, go ahead.
So yeah,
10
just
each
10,
or 10 for both?
10 for both, because they had enough to spend 5 gold, so if you throw 5 gold at each of them, then they up
That's
to
fine.
20.
Mhm.
Cool. Also, I haven't bothered to be simulating feeding your horses, but also the good berry strat would technically feed your horses as well, so you don't need to feel bad about that.
Oh, it's good.
Okay. So, that's you guys arriving at Arkmire. You then get 1 day further into the mountain range of the Altrium Mountains.
Hey.
Okay. One last thing before we move on to the next scene. Either Samo or Alex, I'll let you choose who is going to do this. Can one of you give me a luck roll?
Oh, God.
Just don't roll a 1.
Alex, your call.
Who's...
Do I do it or do you?
Hmm.
How about we roll a luck roll to see who rolls the luck roll?
Samo's just trying to boost his stats.
He can roll as well.
I know, but you're just like, let me roll more dice. I need to take Alex off the pedestal. That was nearly in that 20. Cool. 14
Do I roll
to
that as
beat.
well?
Yeah, if that's what you're doing, is deciding who's going to roll. All right,
Oh,
Alex,
God.
roll. Now that you've
There you
used
go,
your
man.
good luck on a 14. All right,
Come on.
it's fine. You didn't get in that one. Okay. Next scene, then. On the 29th of Dead Month, so 14 days after Agis left, Sorrows, you arrive at
Alright.
Oriss.
Ooh.
What the fuck is that weird noise I'm hearing on Samo's microphone?
Samo's playing fucking Star Wars Outlaws.
Maybe.
Son of a bitch.
Listen. The first time I got caught, that's why you guys say that shit.
You've been playing it since you've been in the Discord, fucker.
Actually, not a lot, no.
Yeah, mostly because your scenes have been going on.
Yeah, exactly.
But I fully believe now that when you couldn't make a decision, that's because you were like, I'm too busy playing Star Wars Outlaws.
No, actually, no.
What's your
the
opinion, Moog? I don't know, but I think that these blasters are hella cool.
I don't know, but I don't trust this Jabba the Hutt guy.
It's
kind of an asshole.
absolutely not like I made my purple RP application.
I mean, I saw you send that over to me, but and I'll look at it later.
I've just been chilling with cats, man.
Big chilling.
All right, Soros, you arrive at Oriss.
Didn't have any issues with the guards or anything on the way in, did we?
Did you head straight to the palace?
Yeah.
The guards are still guarding. Do you want to try and talk your way through? Do you want to sneak your way through?
I'll go to the post I went through before and see if the guard I recognise is there, the one who I
Roll me a perception.
had a rapport with. I shouldn't have said anything, really. Oh boy.
You do not see the guard that you recognized, or you would recognize.
Okay, I'll try. I'll try walk through like I belong.
Okay. I'm gonna say that is a performance check, and because you did make quite an impression last time you were here, I'm going to say that it's not an insane DC. It might be a little bit insane with whatever your bonus is to performance, but it's not going to be an insane DC. Would you like to Box of Doom it?
Yeah, why not?
Wait, before he does anything, what does that mean?
Doing the epic dice thing.
Oh. Sounds like fun, yeah.
Just upping the stakes, basically.
Yeah.
Upping the tension.
Yeah.
Performance. 50. All right.
Oh, you love your little head scritches. Yes, you do.
The DC is 15.
Oh boy.
Yeah, baby!
Very nice. You're actually pretty good at performance. Damn, I didn't realize you were that good at performance.
Yeah,
That's actually
he's
really
very
good.
charismatic.
I know he's charismatic. I don't know.
The infernal touch.
I knew you were gonna say that. Somebody.
Yep.
All right, I guess you say something like "follow my lead" to Gion and just march on through.
Yeah, pretty much.
The guards clearly notice you. You're not being subtle, but they don't question the authority with which you walk until you get to like actually walking across the threshold into the palace gardens. And one of them says, "Sir, do you need any support if you're going in there?"
I'm just gonna look at him, and then look away and head for the door.
He doesn't stop you. Okay, you arrive at the palace. Doors swing open. You will absolutely see Kevorith is still there. Agis, what would you be up to on the 29th of Dead Month, so 14 days after you departed? We'll get to in a moment what you've been up to for the past 14 days, but what do you imagine yourself doing at like the beginning of the day on any given day, I guess?
I mean, what would Celeste be up to?
Celeste,
chilling?
for the last 14 days, the entire time you've been here, has basically been confined to the palace, because the argument is that while the group as a whole needs to try and like establish like basically allegiances in the city to try and basically get allies and hopefully be able to set someone up as a leader, there should never be a point where no one is in the palace in case the guards suddenly decide, right, we're gonna fucking deal with this dragon sort of situation.
Yeah.
And since Celeste is the one who seems to have the connection with Kervorith. It's basically been him, more or less, like, just lounging around the palace. Not lounging around as in he's not doing anything, but he's mostly been, like, keeping watch and occasionally questioning the prisoners that you've got.
Okay. In that case, then, I'll try and be a bit more of a bro with him and basically let him in on my theories and experiments with what he's been talking to me about.
Okay. Well,
Basically, just basically letting him hang out with me
okay.
to not make him go crazy.
Would you be doing that around Kervorith, do you think? So would you be, like, talking about your theories
Oh,
near
yeah.
Kervorith?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. why
Then
not?
you'll be in the main palace hall as the doors swing open, and you are there with Celeste and Kervorith. You can go ahead and take a long rest as well, Agis, since you're
Oh,
all kinds of fucked up.
I do hurt.
I see 2 Celestes.
No. Yeah, I forgot to delete the previous Celeste.
Oh. Scary little bugger.
Hmm.
You would have access to
No
external
worries.
food and water, by the way.
Oh, well, I've already used a ration. Oh well.
Okay, well, here's what it is.
It is what it is.
Cool. Yeah, the doors swing open. I imagine Sorrow's doing his best Viggo Mortensen impression. How do you react? This is at this point, I think, the first time in well over a month that the two of you have seen each other.
Yeah.
Do I actually see him past Celeste right now?
I'm pretty sure Agis is taller than Celeste, isn't he?
I don't know.
How tall is Agis?
Just a standard. Looks at biography 5'11".
Oh, okay, no, Celeste is slightly taller
Yeah,
than you.
5'11". Fuck you, man.
Just going to the loo.
Okay. Celeste is 6'2". So yeah, Celeste is taller than you, but not like ridiculously.
Yeah, I'll hear the doors go and then sort of head will pop round Celeste. Well, this is a surprise.
Celeste smiles.
Agis? What are you doing here?
Know any other Eladrin that hang out with the likes of you lot?
That's gotta be.
I want to go hug his legs.
It is good to see you, my friend.
Likewise.
It is strange how long it's been.
Well, unfortunately, your reunion with the others will take a bit longer. I took a shortcut.
Why are you not with the rest of them?
There were urgent matters that I needed to attend to. I'll sort of just look at Celeste.
Anything I should be concerned about?
Not anymore.
Things have been difficult here, says Celeste.
Well, liberating an entire kingdom was never going to be easy, I suppose.
He kind of does a kind of like, yeah, I guess, sort of facial expression.
How fares things in Core Point?
Well, we're pretty much wrapped up when I left the party. We'd gained the favour of the king, and I managed to persuade him to send a small force to aid Oriss. Him leading it, of course.
Fantastic job, Agis. I'm gonna slap him on the arm. Akin
Nice.
to when I pushed him into that coffin, kind of level.
That's immediately where I fall.
Yeah.
Celeste
well.
will cross his arms and go, it was a costly deal, but I'm pretty confident that the reward will pay off.
All I'll say is that it was definitely reduced down from what the asking price was.
Celeste nods. I imagine you told him the whole situation,
Yes,
so
yeah.
yeah, he just kind of nods in agreement with that.
I must say I'm quite surprised. I figured the orcs would have just gone for the fight. Blood and glory and all that.
Orcs are a bit more nuanced than that. How are you, Gian?
I am well, she says.
Good.
So, says Celeste, what did you find on your journey?
Yes, are you ready to actually tell us what you've been doing? Or at least me?
I met with the giants.
Right. And how did that go?
I got more than I bargained for. I'll take off one of my gloves and show the mark to Celeste and Agis.
Can I roll something to see what it is?
Yeah, I'd go with Arcana.
Cool. Rolling.
With a 13, you know it's magical, and you know it's some fucked shit. That's pretty much all you can get from that.
Interesting. Can I at least ascertain that it's something that I could gain my rune Rosetta Stone bullshit from?
No, I don't believe it's a rune, was it? It's just a mark.
It's just a mark. Okay. That's certainly interesting.
Based on information that Gian passed to me a little while ago, I surmised that the giants may be in possession of magical gateways to other realms and locations. And that was correct. However, it was a little bit more extreme than I initially pictured. They weren't just shortcuts to other typical places you would imagine. I found myself beyond death, if you can picture such a thing.
Right.
You've, by the way, last couple of seconds been hearing Dai walking over. So at this point, he is
I was
arrived.
going to say, I'd like to think it's just one of them classical things where I just sort of go, whoops.
A place beyond death. I assume you don't mean Hestavar or Halavar if you're not naming them as such.
Further than that, I fear. There was very little left, and time seemed to be shattered.
That is... He closes his eyes, and then opens them again after a few seconds. Concerning.
There was an entity there. They had a book filled with names that I recognized. Everyone here, including my own, followed by dates. One of the names and dates I recognize quite well. Nerixius, followed by the date that he died.
Rest in peace to home.
Celeste looks to Dai for, like, does this make any sense to you?
That entity could not hear me. It was aware of my presence, but it had no idea what I was trying to communicate, yet alone see my form.
If I were to wager, I would assume that your physical self did not travel anywhere. Instead, for want of a better term, your soul traveled somewhere. There are rare historical examples of such things occurring.
Can I roll a history to see if that was the similar thing that happened to me?
Go ahead. You, at this point, Agis, have twice, in fact, ended up in some weird place with some weird being, and the rules of the current world didn't seem to fit. So yeah, it sounds kind of familiar. In those sorts of scenarios, some theologians believe that they are more metaphorical than literal ways for our minds to understand what is being presented before us.
This entity touched me, and it left a mark.
Could you point on the doll where it touched you?
I fucking knew it. The moment I said that, I saw... I don't know if you can sense the magics at work here, Dai.
He walks over and kind of puts out his hand, like offering you to place your hand on his.
I'll do so.
He will then close his eyes and touch the mark.
Do I get bonding die with Dai? We're holding hands.
That's not quite the right vibe.
Jesus, what's happening to me?
Fuck it, we'll go with this. Can everyone who is present, so everyone except for Alex and Samo, can you roll me insight checks? If you would like to roll an Arcana check first and you pass a DC 18, I will give you advantage on your insight check.
I'm a gambling man. Fuck!
Damn! What the fuck?
Soros, you're getting disadvantage on your insight check.
Fuck it, inspiration. Yeah, I'm a gambling man. Fuck!
Same exact roll.
Wait. Let me just get this clear. Did you just roll inspiration to get advantage on something you could have rolled inspiration for to just get advantage?
That's a really fucking good point.
I'm gonna... You know what? I'll be right back.
Listen, I said I was a gambling man, right? I didn't say I was a smart man.
Samo has literally never been more right in his life.
Wait, what the fuck does that mean? Wait, hold on. Wait.
I'm not saying you're frequently wrong. I'm just saying that is such a fucking good point about how fucking stupid Calum just was.
I think Samo should get inspiration point.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it, Samo. It's nothing to do with your character, but have an inspiration point.
Hey, yo, Calum, do that more often, man.
As I said, I'm a gambling man, not a smart man.
Okay. A 12 is not a pass, unfortunately.
Alright, insight with a fucking disadvantage. I hope I get it just out of the double amusement here. Nope.
If you hadn't had disadvantage, the 14 would have passed with the bonus.
Yeah, I know.
You inspiration?
That was the first roll too. I can't.
Okay. Then all you see is as soon as Dai connects with the mark on your hand, his body suddenly goes rigid, almost like it's being lifted up by like puppet strings. His eyes roll back in his head, and then a moment later, he falls to the ground unconscious.
Get
I
right,
do not
man.
think this is good.
Does he say that in character?
Yes.
Damn.
Celeste
Cool.
will, get down on his knee to check on Dai. Gion will take a half step forward.
I'll just get my bag of holding ready if if I'm needed to produce any sort of concoctions or elixirs out of my bag.
If anyone wants to check on his state, that will be a medicine check.
I'm not going to. I don't think I should touch him anymore.
Is Dai dead? Did the ruin get what he wished for?
He's unconscious.
Damn.
I mean, if Celeste ain't gonna do a medicine check, I'll try.
I mean, if you don't, then Celeste will.
I'll try, but I'm not that good at medicine.
If only I.
The old man isn't breathing anymore. Help.
He is breathing.
The old man is.
I'll also get Celeste to roll. He can as well, since he's right next to you. You rolled a 2 on the dice.
Agis, do you have a potion?
I mean, I know for a fact with the medicine check he's not dead, right?
Mm-hmm. In fact,
think
his
he's
breathing
not-
seems pretty normal. He's just also non-responsive.
He's not dead, Sorrows. It's just unconscious.
I do not think he is dead. But he needs help.
Unfortunately, I don't have a potion that can really wake him up like that.
Calum, can you also give me a perception check, please?
Oh no.
You feel the slightest of, like, shifts in the air, almost like you're being slightly shaded from the sun by someone standing between you and the sun and blocking the light.
Oh.
Does it feel like is there like a malice to it, or does it feel like, you know, pretty par for the course of shit like that happening to me?
For you specifically, pretty par for the course at this
Okay,
point.
that's fine. I was gonna say, do I need to feel like there's something about to attack me, or am I feeling pretty like, okay, this is just like, you know,
This is just the fuck shit I deal
yeah,
with on a
this
daily
is just
basis.
this is just another Tuesday for ages.
Yeah.
Cool.
Which is weird, because it normally happens to him on Wednesdays, but...
Yeah. Well, we should at least probably get him somewhere more comfortable.
I think maybe you should not be the one to move him, says Gion to you, Soros.
I think you are correct. Enough damage has been done.
Celeste will lift him up in the kind of, like, superhero / I've just gotten married and taking my wife upstairs carry pose. It's not the fireman's carry, it's the other type of carry that I can't remember the name of.
Might be best to take him to my room, Celeste. Keep an eye on him just in case if it's a bit longer than the night.
He nods. I'm going to quickly message you something, Calum.
Oh.
On Discord.
Okay. Oh, elbow.
And there's no point moving to another map because we don't have maps for the rooms, so that's fine. You can just verbally respond, by the way.
Oh,
Yes or no.
I
you
mean,
can expand on that if you want in text, but in terms of...
I mean, if they're chill with that, then sure. If not,
They'd be chill with that.
cool.
Okay. I'm assuming you follow then, Tommy.
Yeah.
Okay, you'll head to the room that Agis has been staying in, and there you find in the bed is unmade, as if someone has just gotten up and not made their bed, and it's a room with a balcony view, and as you look out towards the balcony, you see Kytheria is there with a small glass of water, probably because it's the morning. As she spots you, Sorrow, she smiles and kind of goes to rush over to you before realizing that Celeste is carrying Dai, and this doesn't look like a super happy situation, but she's clearly still happy to see you. Also, she appears to have a split lip and the slight discoloration of a black eye that's now healing.
I'll go to touch her face and then recoil back after what happened with Dai.
What happened to you?
Got kidnapped, she says, but clearly kind of dismisses it, more focused on the unconscious man being put in the bed. You can also roll me either a perception or an investigation check, Soros. Yeah, with 13, I'll give this to you. Despite you being told that this is Agis's room, there's like a sort of armchair sofa thing. Is it called a love chair? The one where it's like long, but it's kind of not fully a sofa. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? You've got an armrest on one end. Paint me like one of your French girl sort of chair.
I thought it was like a lounging chair as well.
Yeah, whatever that's called. One of those seems to have been made into a makeshift bed as well. And in fact, Agis's bag of holding is probably rested near there, I would guess.
Yeah, my stuff would be there.
Yeah. So don't worry, someone's not sleeping with your daughter.
Yeah, I was gonna say. That'd be another unconscious person in this room.
Yeah, probably Sorrows, honestly. We've established Agis as a survivor.
No, true.
I'm glad you're safe.
Me too, she says, smiling. Celeste at this point has placed Dai in the bed and kind of steps away. Okay. Any ideas, he says, looking to the rest of the group?
I'm gonna look at my hand and see if anything's different after he touched it.
Nothing appears to be different on your end.
Do I feel different?
Nope.
At this point, it's basically just a waiting game.
Celeste nods.
I can stay with him if it makes you feel better.
I would like to stay with him too. I bear responsibility for this.
I guess we should discuss some things while we wait. John, wanna help me grab some chairs? Says Celeste. And the two of them head out to go and gather some seating so that everyone can just sit around the bed and talk while Dai sleeps. Do you two want to discuss anything in private while it's just you two and Kytheria?
I don't know, does Tom?
I see you two are sharing a room.
Well,
I was in a pretty bad shape when Agis and Dai got me.
So, what did happen?
Well, I received the word from Celeste that Kytheria had been kidnapped. And I made a decision to take a shortcut back here to help. By the time me and Dai got there, as Kytheria said, she was in rough shape.
You are a good man, Agis.
Try to be.
Sorry, can you roll me an insight check on Agis as well, please? Agis, if you want, you can roll against it so it's an opposed roll, or I can just set a DC. Your choice.
Oh, yeah.
Nat 20.
I mean, a nat 20 is beating it unless you get a nat 20 as well.
I mean, I feel like this is appropriate to roll.
Look, man, sometimes the dice, they're just an active participant in the story. They know where I want it to go, and they're going as well. Calum, go ahead and describe maybe how Agis might feel different to someone like Sorrows, who's pretty good at reading people, especially his close friends, given everything that you've been through, both when you were rescuing Kytheria, but also on the ship journey. Some things have happened.
So, yeah, I mean, you've been with Aegis for a while now, and, he's been shaken up a bit by events that have happened recently.
Mm-hmm.
But then once you split, there's definitely been a point in the journey which has pushed Aegis to a certain direction.
Okay.
And you can definitely get the scope of that when you basically ask what happened. And we're like, yeah, you're a good man, Aegis. And, it's that, 1,000-yard stare sort of thing. You don't know what I've done to save Kytheria, but it's something that that I did that, a good man probably wouldn't have done. So...
With my nat 20, I'm guessing it's a very, very obvious look.
With your nat 20 and his nat 1, you've read that like it's written on his face.
I mean, I'll throw it in there as well. You can also see my fists are tensed up.
His fists are tensed up. Do you have your staff with you?
I mean, it'd probably be on my back or holding it or something. But
Yeah, you can also notice the crack on the staff is bigger.
yeah, the bandages aren't there as well. It's just straight out.
So, what is it? Emotion is that I'm seeing on your face? Like guilt, pain.
There isn't guilt there.
So there is
I
guilt.
would say acceptance, but you know that he's been very much a self-conscious man about the things that he's had to do for the party.
Mm-hmm.
That's not there anymore.
Hardened.
Yeah.
Kytheria.
Yeah.
Would you mind if I had a moment with Agis?
She nods and then excuses herself from the room.
Be plain with me. What is on your mind?
Agis, can you make me another perception roll before you answer that question?
Oh, you bastard. Stop making me do these.
Someone's breathing down your neck, motherfucker.
Yeah, with a 14, you see the room's pretty well lit, but in a dark corner where the light doesn't quite reach, there is a small chair, and you see someone sat on the chair, kind of hunched over on their knees, watching you intently with their dark eyes. Don't get the sense that they're trying to influence you in any way. They're just really, really curious about how you're going to play this.
Okay.
Do I see him looking in that direction?
With your nat 20 and his nat 1, sure.
I'll look at the chair as well, then look at him with an eyebrow raised.
To put it simply, Sorrows. I've realized that I am too much like my father.
How much about your father do I know in character? Not a whole lot, I'd have thought. Apart from the fact that he's a cultist.
Yeah, the main thing you know is A, he's a cultist, B, the strange drow guy asked my dad to kill me, but then sent me away instead. And then the drow also said that he was the one he was the one that got my father to quote unquote kill his wife / my mother.
And what traits do you speak of in particular?
When it comes to that, it's complicated.
Family often is. The thing you must remember, though, Agis, is that your father clearly was a competent man, though he used his gifts for the wrong things. You use yours to make a positive difference. Even if they may damage you on the inside, they save others. You were a boy when we met, but you have grown into a warrior, a man. You may not see it yet, but I certainly do.
In that case, then I'll put it as plainly as I can for things I've had to do. I mean, since we started this adventure, I'd never killed in person. I now bear the weight of 8 souls. I assume I will have to bear more.
I'll walk up to him and put my hand on his shoulder. I'm not gonna beat him up this time. Just gently rest it on him and I'll say, I fear fate will ask you to bear many more. But we will hold that weight together. All of us.
Thank you, Soros.
I will always be by your side, my friend.
And I by yours. Is this just me and him, or is Gion in the corner doing our weird bullshit?
No, Gion and
Get
Celeste
chairs.
left to go get chairs, and Kytheria was kicked out of the room.
Okay.
Was she actually kicked out of the room or was she just roguing?
I was rolling for a role that needed to be done later in the day. Prepping for other stuff that's going to happen. That's what I'm gonna say. Cool. But yeah, she was not in the room. She did physically leave the room, to answer your question.
She didn't.
She was not the weird guy in the corner that...
Yeah, she just like rogue tumbled out of our view.
Cool. Later on that day, then, I imagine everyone would gather back up to discuss what's been going on and what's going to happen next. Is that fair to say?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you get given a lay of the land then. Since everything that went down in Oriss, with the dragons and the Inquisitor and what have you, Celeste, as I mentioned, has been staying in the palace because, as far as the guards are aware, there's just a angry dragon rampaging around the palace, and they're like, hey, we need support before we go in and deal with that. So no one's investigated the palace itself, and Celeste hasn't left, and neither has Kevorth. The meantime, Kytheria pursued trying to bring the Thieves Guild onto the side of your group, because if the Thieves Guild and Oriss can lend their support, that's a major criminal network that can help both in terms of financing. They've got fighters, although, you know, more stealthy fighters than anything else, and they know how to like smuggle things in and out of the city. So really good ally if your city's going to be under siege, basically. Things didn't go particularly great for her because she was doing it on her own while Dai pursued other goals. So on her own, she wasn't really able to get the favor, and basically things started escalating until eventually she pissed off the wrong person and got taken captive. not a member of the Thieves Guild, a rival criminal, took her captive. Dai and Agis then went and rescued her and basically burnt the building to the ground that she was being kept in, which was not exactly the subtle approach that the leader of the Thieves Guild was looking for. Agis, have you, or Dai, or Kytheria since then gone and spoken to this representative of the Thieves Guild, whose name is Emir Littlefoot? Or have you just let sleeping dogs lie with that one?
I mean, if they want to pursue it more, I will definitely tag along.
Kytheria would have been recovering for the first couple of days, but after that would have been willing to go. So you and her could have gone together if you want.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's roleplay out that scene real quick. To do this, we're going to move over here. And we're going to change the music from this peaceful little... almost sounds like the night song, you know? Also, I don't know if we had actually confirmed, 100% Kytheria would have died if Calum hadn't gone to rescue her. I had simulated that scene. She died literally by one round, and Dai nearly died in the process of saving her.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of had a Punisher moment, not gonna lie.
Yeah. Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little smidge of
Just a smidge.
Just a smidge of brutally murdering someone.
Oh, we like that.
Just a smidge.
For the greater good.
God, you guys are really quickly becoming problematic.
What? Why? What?
For the greater good is, you know, the sort of thing a villain says to themselves. It's a fucking Thanos level line.
Yeah, I was just about to say, that's what's... that's some Thanos shit.
Alright, Kytheria leads you to the Thieves Guild headquarters. This is a couple of days after you rescued her. A dimly lit underground chamber buzzing with the activity of various members who all pause their work to eye you as you enter, whispers about your recent actions filling the room. As you walk through it, you find Emir sitting on a cushioned chair, a goblet of wine in one hand, his demeanor relaxed, but his sharp eyes eyeing this newcomer into the fold. He is a dark-skinned, short brown-haired halfling, wearing black leather and a fine silk cloak. Ah, Kytheria. Who is this gentleman you've brought before me? His name is Agis, she says, gesturing for you to introduce yourself.
That I am. Agis.
And how exactly are you involved? You one of Kytheria's friends? You part of this little coup that you're planning?
I am indeed.
Emir Littlefoot, he says, offering out a hand, but not kind of moving from his chair, so you have to go and kind of walk over to him to take it.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Likewise.
Both are Captain.
So, I'm guessing our little bird here explained to you what we've been working on.
Filled me in.
I wanted things to be subtle, you see. Didn't want to bring too much attention. Lots of movers and shifters in this city. Thieves Guild might be one of the biggest ones, but with enough snakes around the nest, we're still not particularly safe. And you went and blew the bloody doors off.
Well, kidnapping situations rarely are subtle.
Yeah. But you have put me in a tight spot. And you didn't even consult me first, he says, placing the goblet down.
Womp womp.
He leans forward, and despite him being a halfling who is, half your size, the position of where he is on this kind of like slightly raised platform behind a desk that is suitably sized to someone of his stature, it makes him look bigger and more imposing.
Well, that is just bad manners. I apologize.
Well, I appreciate the apology. I can't deny you've done me a favour. Word was a thorn in my side, always poking where she didn't belong. Her absence does simplify things, he says, and he takes a long sip from his goblet. I was almost out of Sprite, so I couldn't take a long sip, but you get the vibe. Then he points a finger at you. But let's get one thing straight. The Thieves Guild is all about introducing order into chaos. You get me? We're not a ragtag bunch of criminals taking advantage of the poor. We're an organization. You don't act on behalf of the guild and introduce your chaos unless I say so. You got it? I run this game, not you.
Sorry, you think I was acting on behalf of the guild when I saved my friend?
Your actions impacted us, whether you meant to or not. I don't think our rivals are gonna get into the ins and outs of who you were representing when you murdered the competition, see?
Is Kytheria... What kind of looks Kytheria giving me right now? Because if she ain't giving me like a stand down sort of look, I might start yapping.
Roll me an insight on her. You can have advantage. You know her pretty well at this point.
I might start yapping.
Yeah. Like, this guy's just rubbing the wrong way right now. I want to start yapping.
Agis is gonna become real silly.
10. She is eyes narrowed, flicking between him and you. Beyond that, that's all I'm going to give you of a 10. You can read from that what you want, but she's clearly tense. I'll give you that much.
He's gonna start yapping.
Regardless, the job has been done.
True enough. Alright. Well, since you've now stirred the pot, we might as well make use of the opportunity, right? Word's territory and assets are up for grabs. If you help me secure them, maybe, just maybe, we'll call this a win for both of us, yeah?
I won't say anything unless Kytheria says something, because this is her ballpark.
Okay, when she clearly kind of takes the read that you're taking a step back and letting her take control, she'll say, got it. We secure you Word's territory, clients, and you back us when the time comes. Maybe you can get a seat at the table, she says, looking at you like, do you agree with that sentiment?
I'm sure something can be arranged.
Good. Come see me when you're done then. He gestures for you to leave.
Pleasure meeting you, Amir.
We'll see. Alright. How do you want to go about trying to secure Word's territory?
I'm not sure about territory-wise, because I feel like it's gonna need a lot of manpower to.
You kind of
areas.
decimated the core.
Yeah.
The core manpower, but for a moment there, I didn't realize that was two cats. I was trying to work out what sort of eldritch shape that cat had shaped itself into.
Kind of eldritch.
Man's
shape.
dual wielding cats. That's
They're
illegal.
both part
Well, that's
parrot,
okay.
and they always want to be on my shoulder.
Yeah. When it comes to territory, there's like they don't have much muscle anymore, right?
Mm.
But other people are going to be scrambling for it, right?
Presumably.
Yeah, that's what the way I'm thinking of us having muscle is we need to keep the territory.
So you could try, if you don't have the physical muscle, you could try and just... No one else necessarily knows who you are. There's the ability to try and fluff perception, shall we say.
Yeah. I mean, one of the first things I would rather do is basically seize assets of the territories in general.
Okay, to do that, I'm going to say there's the possibility that the physical buildings might have traps in them. There might be secret compartments and what have you, so you can give me a stealth or an investigation roll.
It's probably going to be an investigation roll.
Hey, that's pretty good. Okay. Kytheria and you spend a day physically clearing out the hold and what have you, ensuring that there are no traps. And
Basically, I want to make it less enticing for people to try and just go in and take, think, oh, these territories are up for grabs, we'll just take what we can.
Mhm.
And more, to stop people, like, immediately going in. So they might go in, find there's nothing worth taking and just leave.
Yeah.
And then it'll make it easier for us to secure the actual places in the long run.
Okay. Do you return any loot that you find to Amir, or do you keep it for yourself?
I mean, I'll keep it for now, because that, my friend, is a bargaining piece.
Okay. I won't determine what it is just yet then, but
Yep.
you have it. That's
At the end
one
of the day,
day's worth of activity.
He just said to take the places. So if he wants the things inside them, he's going to have to talk to us.
Fair. Yeah, that's one day's worth of activity to do that. So you trying to do anything else in terms of clients or spreading rumors or anything like that?
I would hope that we get some sort of paperwork trail from these places as well, from acquiring assets.
Sure.
So from that, then we'll start to clamp down on clientele.
Okay. How are you going to try and bring the clientele inside?
So, in the sense of the way I'm thinking clientele here is in the sense of immediate employing staff or people he has under like his full payroll that are fully in this organization. I'm thinking more of an ultimatum. But if it's going to be stuff like sort of the more public side of like maybe they have a few shops or stuff like that, more something that's more civilian based, I will probably go in for more of like a trade, like a deal, something more respectable. But if it's more of like the shadier underside, I'll deliver them the ultimatum of like, hey, this is the deal. They're not around anymore.
So I'm going to say intimidation for those ones then, and persuasion for the public-facing ones. So 2 different roles then.
Okay.
If you ever want Kytheria to make the roll again, you don't know Kytheria's stats, but if you ever want her to make rolls, then you just let me know.
Let me just double check if I have anything.
Bet you wish you had Moog right now with his guidance.
Yeah, or
I mean,
yeah.
Put it this way. I probably won't do any of the intimidating. Unless I get bonuses. So if Kytheria wants to be intimidated, you can do that. But I feel like I've got the perception, persuasion.
She can do the intimidation for you if you want her to.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll roll that one then.
Cool.
Don't know why my voice went like that when I said that. She rolled a 17.
Hell yeah.
Isn't that the voice you use for root beer?
It might be, actually.
I'm rolling persuasion, right?
Yeah.
Root beer, yeah.
It's a bit...
Can you also roll me an insight?
Sure.
With advantage, because you know her quite well. I guess you didn't hear me when I said advantage, huh?
Oh, sorry.
It's alright. I mean, a 16 is not bad, but...
No, we're inside that.
Yeah. Hey, that 20.
Hey,
She is scarily good at intimidating people. It is very obvious that she has, one might say, expertise in intimidating people, and you get this kind of glimpse at, probably the past life she had before she was round up in that slave camp and ended up joining your party, of the sort of person who would go into probably not even necessarily the shady under-dealer sort of people, but probably more like the bakeries and what have you, and fuck people over for money, basically.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know like a bit about her past anyway, so it's definitely
yeah. But you're like, she's good at like getting up in people's faces, holding knives up to their throats, and like making it sound sincere. And then your persuasion was a 15. That's also a pass. So you have successfully brought the clients on board. That is another day. So you've done 2 of, I guess, like the free things that Amir was looking for, which is going to be like enough to make him happy. But if you want to go all out, the final thing would be kind of spreading rumors about who supported the Thieves Guild in this act. Because at the moment, no one knows who did it. But they're going to be like, oh, it didn't look very professional, but you could try and spin that narrative.
Yeah, I want to spin the narrative and say that it wasn't a professional hit as such. It was more of the fact that they crossed with us, or like they crossed with the people that are currently holding the palace.
You want to name drop the palace, okay?
Yeah, I basically want to say, hey, like, this, group thought they could get big and try and mess up the, this group that has taken on the palace, and this is what has happened to them, sort of thing.
How far do you want this rumor to spread? Across just the underworld, or across the entire city?
I namely want to make it the underworld at the moment, just to show that we are
2d6.
big players. We are big players, and it might be. Okay,
it's going to take you 5 days to spread these rumors.
Okay.
So this is going to be an extended downtime activity. This is the first example of an extended downtime activity, so here we go. Swaying public opinion can be an effective way to bring down a villain or elevate a friend. Spreading rumors is an efficient, if underhanded, way to accomplish that goal. Well-placed rumors can increase the subject's standing in the community or embroil someone in scandal, blah 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 blah. Not reading the entire thing. You must spend 1 gold per day to cover things like the cost of drinks, social appearances, and like basically getting in the right places to spread these rumors. So 5
gold.
5 gold, yeah. If you want, you can split that with Kytheria. She can cover some of that.
I'm happy to cover it.
Okay. At the end of your time spent sowing this rumor, you must make me a DC 15 Charisma, either Deception or Persuasion check. If the check succeeds, the community's prevailing attitude towards the subject shifts one step towards friendly or hostile, as the character wishes. Currently it's neutral. If the check fails, the rumor gains no traction, and the further attempts to propagate it fail. And then you can try and shift it further and further and further if you want to as well. But like this will step it into the friendly towards whoever, or not even necessarily friendly, but like not gonna fuck with whoever's in charge of the...
My general idea of this is I'm thinking of when retaliation comes against us, the underworld itself will probably think, hey, we can probably get good money because, you know, they can get in, like, they can do shit in the palace, so they probably thinking, hey, we could get paid by the opposition here.
Yeah, it's basically saying...
Fuck with them.
It's basically
And
saying,
I'm basically
don't fuck
coming in
with these
saying,
people
hey,
because they will hurt you,
Yeah.
but also if you work with them, it can work out well for you.
Yeah, I'm basically saying, hey, we're actually a strong contenders here, so, you know, if you're thinking about double-crossing us or, like, trying to work with the other side, we know how to fuck with you.
Also, while this scene is happening, I want you just to imagine the song Sucker from Arcane Season 2 playing.
Yeah.
To a montage of
Yeah,
Agis
I'm
and
basically
Kytheria just going through the city.
I'm trying to establish that we are not to be fucked with.
Yeah. Okay, well, yeah, as I say, you can make the Deception or Persuasion, or you can get Kytheria to roll it. One thing just to note as well, by the way, it's worth noting when I'm asking you whether you want NPCs to make rolls, they can always make rolls. Obviously, you don't know the stats, but they might be better at certain things. They never have inspiration, so they will never be able to re-roll it.
Yeah.
That's just one thing to bear in mind.
I want to see, Pete, I know you probably won't give it to me, but I mean, Agis does look pretty fucked, right?
Yeah.
As like a general rule of thumb. So if I'm the one giving out these rumors and basically saying, I'm with these guys, this is what happened, I went in and fucked them up, and they look at how I am, would it give me some sort of advantage? Trying to make it seem more plausible than, hey, look, it's just this random Eladrin. It's
Tell
like,
you what,
hey,
you can give
Eladrin.
me a persuasion or a deception roll now to determine whether you do get advantage or not. So it's not going to affect the actual result of the rolls, just to see if you get advantage or not. Hell yeah. That would have been a pass, but oh well. You will get advantage on this, as basically what that was to determine is whether you come off blur.
Oh, you kidding me?
One and a two. Yeah, man, you're a gambling man.
Inspiration right now. I
Okay.
don't fucking care. Jesus fucking Christ. Game, why do you fuck me so?
But yeah, you don't come off as like a posh snob who's in over their head. Instead, you come off as a hardened gangster who can also rub shoulders. That should have been with inspiration, but...
Man, random dice generator.
just
One
to
on a
cover
2
what
and a
happened.
19 and a 20 on a fucking advantage.
Yeah, it's not quite as bad as rolling 2 nat 1s or 2 nat 20s with advantage, but it was a 1 and a 2 with advantage followed by a 19 and a 20 with advantage. So, that's a pass. So yeah, you spend 5 days, very much everyone is like, they don't even know the name of these people, but whoever is in the palace, they're in good with the Thieves Guild. They're not the Thieves Guild, they're a separate organization or group or whatever, but the Thieves Guild work with them and they are not to be fucked with. But they could. Rising tides lift all ships.
Hopefully that might give us a few more days if the fucking guards want to try and break into the palace.
Yeah, well, this is the thing, is that by you spreading the rumor that specifically mentioned there were new occupants of the palace, that could have come back to bite you in the ass. But instead, with a nat 20, they're like, oh shit, have you heard rumors that dragons can turn into people? Maybe there's a dragon that's now turned into a person and is setting up a criminal empire. Wild rumors spreading, but nonetheless. Cool.
Yeah.
You have successfully brought the Thieves Guild on. So fast forwarding back to present day, you filling in Sorrows, the Thieves Guild are now on board. So, the situation in Oriss is that the Thieves Guild are backing you, which is great. The other thing that's happening is that in addition to the Thieves Guild backing you, the Where are they? I've lost them. Who are they? Dai also successfully managed to bring on board the sorry, I'm just trying to find my list of people. Too many NPCs prepped for this. Managed to bring on the pilgrims, who are essentially healers. So there are now a group of healers who are going to help out and protect basically like the poor and the homeless during a siege, who will be like the most affected. So you've now got like essentially think of this as like the Red Cross or whatever is going to like be on your side as well.
Maybe
not the Red Cross.
We don't want to get ourselves in violation of the Geneva Convention, Pete.
This is true.
Legally distinct.
Yep. But yeah, so currently those are the two factions you've got on board.
This is very good.
Yes, well, we've been busy.
Cool. You also had another 7 days of downtime that you could spend as you wish. Agis, you could spend it on progressing another goal in terms of building allies, or you could spend it on something else. Your choice.
So I would like to... I can't remember what it's called, experiment or plan. But I did give you that idea I had.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to at least work out whether I can do it. I'm thinking by taking a small piece of the collar, or like something that I can take from the collar that isn't going to be like a weapon size, but just small enough where I can actually see if it will work.
Okay, I'm going to say we'll start with a research artifact
that's
activity.
That's what I'm
so,
thinking. Yeah.
Are you proficient in Arcana or History?
I am proficient in both.
Excellent. You can, if you want to, hire some hirelings to assist you with this, or you can just do it on your own. If you want to know more about what that means, I can explain what hirelings mean. But otherwise...
let me just check my bag, because I do know about the hirelings. No.
Okay.
Not for this.
This activity lets you discover something like the last known location of an artifact, or any kind of historical stories about it. You are going to make me a Arcana or History check with a DC of 21.
God, that's high.
Yep. You get to make it 3 times the roll.
Yeah.
And what you are aiming for is ideally 10 above that goal. So basically with some downtime activities, you have a DC that you have to hit to be able to make any progress, and then a goal of how much you need to beat that progress by. So if you roll if you roll a 25, you'll get 4 towards your progress of 10 or more.
Jesus, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this, but we'll see.
Give it a go, man. Good start. Nat 20 doesn't give you any inherent bonus, but obviously it's a 26, so you're already 5 towards your goal of 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I need another nat 20, so...
Okay. You don't lose the progress. If you fail, you retain half your progress and may put it towards the next time you attempt this. So you're basically going down to 2. Since you got a nat 20, I'll round it up to 3 instead. I'll be nice.
Aww.
So I'm going to add a downtime activity to your character sheet.
Yep.
And you can just do this every time you've got a period of downtime. Period of downtime tends to be a week. So, of extended downtime. So, yeah, if you've got a week or more, then you can work towards this as well.
Okay.
Do you explain to Soros what you've been up to with this research? Because this is all before Soros arrives this 7 days.
Yeah, sure. When, while we're just sort of talking and what have you, I'll say, Celeste came up with an interesting, well, I wouldn't say it's an interesting theory, but from his experience with his dragon, came up with a interesting idea that he wanted to run by me about bonding with said dragons.
Now, this is an interesting theory.
Yes, well, that's sort of on the back burner because while I was having this thought, I started to think about the fact that, Azamor controls all or most dragons.
As far as you're aware, there are wild dragons out there in the world, but Azamori Inquisitors basically make it their job, where possible, to find them and capture them and enslave them. And then there are only 2 known Dragonriders in the world to presently be able to ride a dragon without enslaving them. Yeah. One of them is Celeste, and the other one is Zebeth. So...
Well, either way, Azamor controls most of the dragons with the collars.
Yes.
And, as you know, it is very hard to release them with that control.
Hard but possible.
Exactly, but when it comes to battles and fights, removing the collars quicker would be a much more favoured intent.
Aye.
So that is currently what I'm trying to work on.
How do you intend to go about this, then?
At the moment, I'm still researching, but ideally I'd like to create a weapon that can either disrupt or at least damage the collars quicker. To remove them.
What is this weapon? Some kind of metal targeting acid or something?
I was thinking a simple hammer.
Oh. Could I be of any assistance?
Maybe when we get to it, but I still am working out how everything's going to work. But the current idea I do have is to take this color that we currently have, use the materials to create the weapon, and then once it's made, I will then try to change the magical properties of the hammer to give us benefits against the other colors.
Please let me know if you need me. And I'll give the hammer around my neck a light flick.
Well,
as I
D20,
said,
getting that one, it hits you in the eye, you're now blind in one eye.
As I said, I'm still currently working out the actual theory behind it.
Aye.
But when it comes time to create the hammer, I'm sure you'll be up to the task.
Of course.
Excellent.
Cool. Anything else that you two want to discuss on the day that Dai falls unconscious and, Zora's first arrives? Okay. If not, I'm going to say now, Dai is going to stay unconscious for a little bit. So we'll come back periodically to you, but I want to jump back to the rest of the other two, just because they've had a little bit of a break now. So let's hop back in with them, okay?
Yeah, I'll hop back in with them.
I've added that to your downtime activity now, by the way, Agis.
Hell yeah.
Don't click it because it will automatically progress, which I didn't want it to do, but I can't seem to work out how to turn it off. But it's just so we can track it.
Yep.
If you do click it, you can just manually change it back to 3 out of 10. But
Coolio.
okie doke. And also, we'll come back at some point and talk about what's next in terms of building allies, because there are some other groups that you can try and bring onto your side in Oriss, but I'm conscious of there being 40 minutes left and wanting to get some actual journey stuff in rather than just doing the initial rolls for it.
You what?
Again, fuck Samo for causing the party to split in the first place.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna work on myself for that, guys. I'm sorry. What happened again?
You're gonna go to therapy over it, just like
I'll
try
reflect.
try and improve yourself.
I'll start my own metal band.
I'm not sure what that's got to do with it, but okay.
It's how guys would do literally everything
Ah, gotcha,
except for
gotcha.
go to therapy.
I mean, you're German, so you'd probably innately be good at it, I feel like.
Yeah, but I feel like there's always an exception. I feel like I would be that exception.
Oh, okay. I also feel like Alex would be good in a metal band, despite the fact that you don't really listen to that much music. So,
I do listen to like a decent amount of music. It's just usually when I'm in like the car or something,
Right.
or when I'm out and about, just not at home. But
you're not
No,
like a super
I would like to be in a
music-focused
metal
person or whatever. Is that fair to
no,
say?
I used to be a lot more music focused,
Mm.
but I just like usually have like YouTube on or something now in the background.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'd like to be in a metal band. I was saying to Ellie the other day, I'd like to learn how to scream. I think that would be sick.
I used to be able to do metal screaming.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, I
Jealous.
probably still could, but I'm not going to do it on mic. So,
Especially maybe not in your home where you have neighbors.
I mean, you can do it quietly, to be fair. It's more just the fact that it's going to fuck up my throat and probably not sound particularly nice down Discord. So,
Understandable.
I say fuck up my throat,
Yeah.
not like fuck up, because I know how to do it properly. But, like, I haven't done it in a while, so it'd probably not be great.
Gotta bitch a little bit.
You know, Tommy and I used to be in a band, and
I knew you were gonna bring it. Oh, God.
Wait,
and then we were
wait,
auditioning to take
what?
part in a school concert, and Tommy was the lead singer, and he didn't show up to the auditions, and then I had to cover for him as the lead singer without knowing all the lyrics. So that was fun.
Alright, wait. I'll stop you guys right there.
Never forgiven
was
him for that
lead
one.
Singer.
I mean, yeah, I fucking I studied music in college, and I was a singer in college too.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm
Also, he
I-
couldn't
that's
play
the
any.
thing, man.
At the time, he
Knowledge
couldn't
today.
play any instrument, so that was kind of the only thing he could do in the band was be
Yeah,
singer
I
or
still
be groovy. I
Yeah,
thought you were
I'm,
learning guitar.
Back in secondary school, I was, but I haven't had fucking. I want to get back into learning an instrument one day, but I just never got around to it.
Maybe you should
But
do
yeah,
that
I
instead
sing.
of watching Instagram reels constantly.
Maybe I
Yeah, no,
should.
still peak.
I've had the thought. Yeah, I still watch them.
But all right, Tommy, Samo's clearly curious. Give him a little treat of the song. Do you remember the song?
Yeah, clearly, I've treated him enough with my musk.
Yeah, but you don't want to stop there. I mean,
Samo was basically
Man
saying seduce
actually
me.
wants me to serenade him.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the
Yes.
fuck?
yes. Roll for
Sam
seduction.
wants to breathe in those
He
pheromones.
really does.
Roll for seduction. Hey, that's a throwback. Yeah.
Anyways, okay, so more time is going to pass, because where we last left you off, you were in day 13 of your journey, and in just a moment,
Alright.
where are we? And I'm so sorry. Right.
Where are you?
So in another 5 days is when the next one's going to happen. So, do you guys want to do anything over the next 5 days?
Produce more
I-
berries.
You can do your good berries. That's fine. I was more talking about like roleplay or downtime activities. Not I'm going to cast a spell.
Yeah, no. By the way, the
I
berries
will
take a-
finish my poison and get proficiency.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Anything else?
That's it for me at the moment.
Okay. Then this is going to occur while you're in the Altrium Mountains. So you move at double speed while on horseback, but also it's mountainous terrain, so you're moving at half speed. So it doubles out to it, or evens out to it being just normal speed. So this is how far you're going to make it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, shit, got both of you still selected. Nearly jumped Moog up real far.
Yeah, I'm taking to the skies.
Okay, so you're in the middle of this deep mountainous range, incredibly hard terrain, but below you, you see verdant woodlands at the bottom of several of the mountains. But yeah, the terrain is difficult. Can you this isn't going to affect your journey or anything, but can you just give me a survival roll just to kind of like see how well you guys are coping with navigating this incredibly difficult terrain? Because the Altrium Mountains is almost, as stories say, to most people it's impenetrable, unless you're a tiefling and you know your way around it. But you are heroic characters, so it's probably not actually impenetrable.
So what did you know? What
A
did you-
survival roll from both of you just to kind of see how well
Survival.
you're coping. Alright, yeah, you're doing decent. Could definitely be doing a lot worse.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Those berries.
Sure.
Keep going.
Okie doke.
That was
Alright.
my bad.
That's alright. I'm going to roll a d10 to work out what the actual encounter is. Okay. Can you both roll me a perception check, please?
Perception.
Okay, very nice for Moog, not very nice for the Ruined. The Ruined, I don't know, you're scouting ahead and you haven't really spotted anything. You head back to the group to kind of regroup and check in on what's going on, where you find that the group are kind of waiting up for you, overlooking a ridge where they've clearly noticed something that you hadn't noticed. You see, in the cleft between these two mountain ridges below you, appears to be a campsite, a fairly large campsite of multiple different tents. And with 23 Moog, you can recognize these tents seem to be from all different areas of the kind of surrounding area. You've got orcish tents, but you've got tiefling tents. You appear to have human tents in there. Seems to be kind of like a mishmash. What do you want to do?
How far away is this? Roughly?
Maybe half an hour down a mountain path.
If we would just go on, continue, just leave them alone, would we not pass them, or would we just walk
You don't
past them?
have to pass them, so you can completely avoid them if you want to. If you do completely choose to avoid them, no positive and no negative thing will happen. But if you choose to engage them, a positive or a negative thing can happen.
I'm just thinking, would our characters actually bother taking this side route, considering that we basically want to get there as fast as possible?
Yeah, and we have provisions to last us, so it's not like we need to go and ask for provisions or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we're not hearing anyone yelling for help or anything. So yeah, I say we just dip.
Yeah, we don't really have a reason, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Cool. You continue
Yeah,
on
now-
then. Did
now
you
we get
want?
the one that? Oh, sorry.
No, you go ahead.
I was just commenting on that. We now get the one we don't actually have the choice.
Correct.
Yeah.
Did you guys want to stop off in Nefaris on your way there, or continue on?
I mean, yeah, we'll go to provisions. I'm good to just continue.
Cool.
Yeah, just keep going.
Cool beans. So this is going to happen another 9 days later.
Might have been the fastest spot in a. Have we ever actually straight up said no and just left? Has that ever happened?
Not sure. You continue traveling through the mountains. At one point, you dip into this large valley, which you spend most of a day traversing, and you see off in the distance Nefaris, this great stone citadel in the valley. The valley itself, filled with a soft mist, verdant jungle, this huge river flowing through the center of it, which you have to cross by bridge at one point. So you spend a couple of hours finding a bridge to cross over, or I guess you could do wild shape, I guess, Moog, and just ferry people over. Your choice, actually. You might choose to, turn into a hippogriff or griffin or whatever and just transport people over.
Yeah, that seems easy enough.
But yeah, it's this complete kind of change in scenery for a moment. You've both would have heard stories of it. You entered the Great Rift, the kind of the beating heart of the Tiefling Kingdom of Terron, and you did see Nefaris from afar. Nefaris smaller than Arkmir, sorry, but nonetheless the capital of the Tieflings. And then a couple more days pass. You travel back once again, kind of going up mountain, back into the mountain passes, and we are going to pick up again. We're going to jump to this scene, and then we're going to head back to Oriss, but we might not have time for Oriss. So again, timelines, but it's fine. By the point of you guys arriving at Oriss, we'll be all in the same timeline. So one way or another, it's going to work out. It's just like the sequence of events. Because otherwise, if I jump back to Oriss now, you guys are going to have like very little game time, is my logic.
Yeah.
So this was another 9 days later. So we're now on the 12th of New Sun. Come on, note. Save. Thank you. Cool. So, again, I need to roll what exactly is happening. Who's the sentry again?
Any?
Can I get a perception check, please? The DC is 17.
Absolutely. That's quite shit. Wait, I get like a reroll something, right?
Yeah, let me just double check.
Like something gives me a reroll, but maybe not. Damn, I keep forgetting guidance. I'm such a cock. Fuck.
Goldtooth can give you a reroll, yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that then. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Just reading some stuff real quick. How exactly this is going to come about, I'm going to set the scene in just a moment, but how exactly this is going to come about mechanically is that you have passed a success to notice a danger up ahead.
Okay.
And that danger, with the pass, is going to allow your group time to prepare. So, basically what I'm going to put in your mind is that you can either make me stealth checks or deception checks to try and hide or lure enemies in. Basically preparing for you guys to have an advantageous position if combat starts. If you can think of anything else you want to do, go for it, but I'm going to describe what exactly is happening now. Just like those are kind of your options at this stage, okay? So, let's roll the d10. So what you see ahead of you, Moog, and we'll set this one at nighttime, as you're kind of nearing the end of your journey through the Eladrin Mountains, you can just about see the desert beyond. You see, blocking your path, a band of wraiths are skulking around. You've actually heard of them. Not heard of them. You've heard them the past day or two. The wails of the undead. But you've been managing to avoid them. But now it is obvious to you that no matter where you go, you're going to be ending up going through them. Sooner or later, these wraiths are going to find you and strike. You've got the opportunity to set up an ambush. The wraiths appear to be not just kind of wandering around. There seems to be some level of intention to what they're doing. Can you roll me either an insight or an arcana check? That's another pass, another 21, very nice. They appear to be trying to raise new spectres to join their band of the undead. And they seem to be sapping life out of the nearby wildlife. In fact, you've noticed things like lack of animals the last day or two. And yeah, also, if you try and just kind of hide from them and let them go by, they're just going to set themselves on someone else down the road. Your choice how you want to proceed.
How many are there? Is there like a specific number that we can tell? Or
Let me work that out. Give me 1 second. Because it doesn't tell me how many it should be, so I'm just going to make my own decision. Ooh. Ooh, that's a little bit spicy. You're all level 7-ish. Some of you are higher, but some of you are lower. So we're going to go with ish. There's 4 level 7 characters. Just because it's going to make my life easy. There appear to be 3 wraiths currently.
currently,
Yeah,
That's far.
they're kind of these spectral, shadowy figures, so there might be more in the darkness. As I say, the obvious options to you as a group is you can try and hide and let them pass, in which case you're just kind of letting them be a problem for someone else. There's also always the potential that they might kind of work out that you passed by and start tracking you, in which case they'll be hunting you rather than the other way around. Or you could lay up some sort of ambush for them. Or just fight them head on. You don't have to ambush them, it's just that you have the option to, so...
okay, this is not my definitive answer. That being said, I know I'm overusing this, but why not? I can cast Pass Without Trace, which makes me pretty confident we could sneak past them if you wanted to.
I'm also happy to do that because I have a pretty good stealth.
So you're just going to try and hide and let them pass by, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah?
Roll me a stealth check then, and I will roll a perception check for them. Obviously, Samo, use your pass without trace, which is with a +10.
Yep. Stealth?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah, I'll use inspiration on that. Yes.
Okay.
Better.
So 19.
Yeah.
Okay, and now let me just roll for your NPCs. Also, all getting a +10. Root Beer got a nat 20.
Let's go.
Which is good because she gets very little bonus to her stealth checks, but hey ho. Alright, Fianzan with expertise and stealth. Rolled a 14. Let's go. But that's again with a +10, so 24. And Goldtooth. With the +10, that's a 16.
With the way we worded, not actually sneaking past them, but letting them go past us, could we maybe ready an action to do like one thing as they notice us?
Why do you assume that they notice you?
I'm just playing my cards right, man.
So presumptuous. No, in mechanically, but you get a benefit from most of you passing the roll. Only one of you failed the roll, which was Goldtooth, because if it meets, it beats. If anyone can give him a bonus, go ahead now. I'll double check whether Fienzen
someone can. We're still on a
Goldtooth.
journey.
Yeah, but Goldtooth was the one who was letting the rerolls be done because he was the leader. And no, sorry, he was the quartermaster. He has used his reroll from Fienzen, and he probably can't do a bonus to himself. I don't think usually. So double check your ones as well, you two, if you want him to be able to.
I mean, I might
I
be
don't
wrong.
think I don't get mine because I failed.
No, that's not right. The find the path feature is your one, so you get that regardless of whether you succeed or fail. But it's just like it doesn't affect anything in this particular scenario. But your feature from your role is just like you get it for the journey. You don't need to pass anything to get it.
I'm also pretty sure you can. At least I'm pretty sure we've done it so that you can give yourself the bonus. But
it's whether it says an ally or whether it says anyone on the journey. So, for instance, I'm looking at the quartermaster's one that says at any time throughout the journey as a reaction to an ally making an ability check. So he can't use it on himself.
Yeah.
So yeah, Fienzen's already used his inspiration resolve, so the only one who could possibly do it is your ever vigilant thing sentry. You gain a number of focus die equal to proficiency bonus at any time throughout the journey as a reaction to an ally making a saving throw. Yeah, no, so it's done. He can't do anything with it. So he failed. Because if it meets, it beats. It literally did meet. So more than half the party succeeded. So what's going to happen is that when the combat starts, you will all have a surprise round.
Hey.
So even though he got spotted, basically they spot him and then you can charge into action with a surprise round. Okay?
Yeah.
So, that's what we're going to do. We've got 15 minutes left. We're probably not going to be able to get through that combat now, so I'm going to suggest we kind of end that session with that kind of as the prep up, is that as these wraiths are kind of slowly drifting apart, one of them slowly turns the shadowy visage of a face and sees in the darkness Goldtooth's tooth glinting in the moonlight, and it gives out a screech as the lot of you raise your weapons and charge into battle. Okay?
Yeah.
Damn.
So that's where we're going to begin.
Sounds good to me.
That's where we're going to begin next session, and then, as I say, by the time you guys have reached Oriss, timelines will have converged, so we'll be done with this jumping around bullshittery. That's, I don't know if it's confusing for you, but it's confusing for me, but I am taking copious notes to keep up with it. In terms of Oriss people, you guys still have a bunch of time to kill before the group gets here, because at this point they've overtaken your timeline. So you guys were still on the... Well, you've done the 29th, so you're on the 30th, basically. So I'll put a note in there for that as well. Okay.
Sounds good.
So, like, basically, before Samo and Alex get there, you are going to have another 16 days of whatever you want to do to kill.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you everyone for watching. no XP yet, but there will be XP next session as a reward for various accomplishments. So yeah, we'll pick it up next session. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, /week, /month, /year, /life, I guess. Any final words, Samo?
Good night. I'm gonna go to sleep after this.
Okay.
Enjoy the smell of your friends, everyone.
Now, that's what you should. Yeah. Nope, he's right.
Cherish every moment with your friends, especially the smells.
Get your pets spayed and neutered. Smell your friends.
Damn, that's our second. If we ever make any merch, that's our second shirt. Our first shirt is my people, and the second one is get your pets neutered. Smell your friends.
Smell your friends. Anyway, good night.
Good night.